towers and opens the map up, the game definitely does get easier for Team Secret. It'll be easier for them to find kills and setups. But, I mean, they're relying on... They don't have much mobility on their team either. It's the other thing they're missing. They've got Hookshot, I guess. They've got Invis on Clinks. And Bane hopefully will have a Blink Dagger at a reasonable time, or Nathalins. But might be a little... It just feels a little bit hard for Secret. I think they're going to struggle to execute team fights perfectly because it's just not easy. Like Doom and the Brew is going to be hard. But they're going to have to do it to win this game.
Let's see. Getting into the action here, ladies and gentlemen. Game 1 of G2.iG versus Secret. Both teams, as I say, have met down here because they did lose their first series in the first round of this group stage. Let's see which of the teams is able to sort of kick down the other one.
Kick them down to the dumps.
Absolutely, yeah.
Because
I think what you said, but if you lose to 2 series, you might be able to recover. But if you lose 3 series, you're kind of out of the competition. So.
Usually that's how it works. Yeah. And the teams that end up playing the most are the teams that win some and lose some. If you win 3 series, you're just done, and you're like, oh, sick, we made it through. Yeah. If you lose 3, you're like, oh, sick, we're done, and then you get on the airplane. But if you go in the middle somewhere, you end up playing 5 total series while everybody watches you. Makes it a little bit harder to get out of playoffs afterwards because everybody has more data on your hero, on your team. And that's why IG picked all the best heroes of the patch, because it's just like, okay, well, they're just playing the patch.
Yeah, no sort of surprises being thrown out by them this game, absolutely. They don't really, not showing anything crazy here. They definitely got...
what heroes they value, it still matters.
Yeah. I guess. But, I mean, you're right. That, like, there's definitely going to be other teams in this tournament that would happily play the exact same draft that G2.iG has this game. It's a very comfortable draft.
Pretty good Puppy start.
I mean, this lane, they could see if there's chance. I mean, yeah, Puppy's got to be careful, I feel like, because Baboka and JT could turn on him. I guess if Puppy's ever able to get on top of JT, maybe him and Chrysalis can try and find something, but I think it's a bit easier for G2.iG to get kills down here.
Yeah, probably the case, yeah. I mean, they're just comboing Battery Assault with a little bit of Tar Bomb stuff right now. And on the G2.iG side, Cinderbrew and Enchant gives them really good right clicks. So if Puppy gets really out of position, yeah, they're going to have a strong rundown. Curious how the Sniper does mid against Pango. Feel like there's counterplay potential both sides. Got to be a little careful about getting out harassed or killed once the Pango hits 6.
And then up on the top lane, I mean, is this just an easier lane for the Mono on the Luna or Boom on the Doom? You know, who's having the better time up here?
Have a fine time just because Bane is such a good lane trader. I mean, he's got a huge damage advantage over Disruptor. His mana pool is better, and his spell gives him health in addition. And I cursed him here.
Yeah.
Really gave him the
he got unlucky there. Well, he got caught right when they hit the level 2s. So they're just able to instantly go on in Mono and X-Nova. So, yeah, level 2's hit, and they go straight for the kill.
Yep, nicely done with the Blood Grenade, obviously making that really solidified. But typically, Bane, I mean, prior to that moment of him dying, he was doing a great job bodying and zoning those 2 heroes, which gives Doom some nice gold advantage. Translates into a Bracer, which helps him last hit against the Luna. Looks like he's probably going to go for the fast fail. We saw 3-3 go yesterday on his Doom, just to increase their ability to get kills. And now with Bane hitting level 2 himself, he's going to be able to protect himself next time that happens.
So far, CS in that lane, yeah, pretty even. The mid lane matchup, Corden 16-4 against the 9-0. So pretty good lead here on the first few waves for Sniper. To say, getting in the face of Corden, but yeah, as it comes to the CS, Corden's going to have that little bit of an edge for now.
Nicely done by the Sniper to get some distance here. He's got the double Wraithband now, so you know, the physical damage from the shield crash, the physical from the swashbuckle is actually not going to be the worst for this hero because he wanted Wraithbands anyways, you know. So he gets his trade in. It's going to reduce that damage. He's probably going to have to keep bringing himself tangos because it's not exactly hard for Pangolier to get the harass in, but I think all things considered, it's not the worst for the sniper.
I mean, living on the edge there, yeah, Corden has to pull back quite a bit there. That's nothing to say. Did have the cooldowns coming back online, so could have maybe threatened, but Corden's playing it safe.
Not for long though. Boboka's here. Shrapnel stack in the large camp. Very nicely done. Prepping that for later, of course. Boboka's going to grab water runes. Guarantees nothing to say. He's got a bottle refill. That slightly zones Corden.
Puppy's going to turn up as well, but won't be able to do much more than chase him down a bit with the battery assault. And if anything, yeah, I mean, nothing to say. He's not going to waste time on that. Puppy's full HP. Nothing to say. Wanting to make sure that he doesn't lose out on getting what he can out of this lane. He's already is, of course, having this bit of a tough time.
He's got a level 3 headshot here. Means he's doing about double damage every time that he procs this. It's a huge amount for the Pango here, who is still decently healthy. No runes for a while though, so that could hurt him. Some slowdown on Chrysalis. This is also a big worry for this hero.
Yeah, I mean, they're straight in on top of him. TPs are coming in. Puppy, he's able to hold them back with the cogs and keep Chrysalis safe. Chrysalis will turn and punch back a bit of JT with a couple of arrows, but they won't be able to threaten the kill. At least for Secret, Puppy turning up just in time. Make sure that Chrysalis doesn't get taken out.
Yeah, that was really close. I mean, this hero's so slow and relatively low HP early. He relies almost entirely on Death Pack to stay alive, giving him health. He was inching his way towards that small camp there to try to get a little heal, and he managed, but it was very close. If he has a bad game, I just feel like they need both the sniper and the Clinks to have decent games to take it to Luna, because just one of them having a good game is not going to be enough to beat Luna, you know, one of the top meta carries. Oh shit, he hit him with the tornado.
Oh.
Not even worth it. That just times out eventually. Okay. I don't think I haven't casted that spell since it was a channel.
Yeah, that's true. It used to be. You had to stand there waving your arms around.
The old stack camps and then tornado them strategy. Kind of miss it a little bit.
Oh, yeah,
you don't get the armor aura anymore. It's a bummer. Poor Doom.
I mean, deserved. You know. Doom's good enough right now. He doesn't need to be any stronger. Well, Monet, you're gonna get in on top of him. I mean, X-Nova, can he do anything to help him? He's got the glimpse onto the Doom. It doesn't matter. Theolacore finds the last right click to take Monet down.
Nicely done. Doom would have liked that one. That's fine. He's got Devour. He'll catch up later. Don't need to worry about him.
This lane's going to start getting pretty hard for Mono to turn up to, especially once Boom's hit the 6, which he's closing in on. He's going to get it off the next wave or so. So between that and the Veil, they can just dive this Luna pretty soon.
Yeah, easily. I mean, it's such an easy kill. He's a full level behind now on the Doom. It's a big difference. With him having Veil, he's going to have boots coming out any second. Like, Puppy even rotates. He's like, okay, this is the easiest place to get a kill by far. Monet has already rotated out to go jungle, but like, it kind of sucks to leave this early on a Luna. He's going to jungle fine. He's a great jungling hero, but like, man, you wish it's like level 5, level 7, somewhere in that range instead.
Puppy's seeing if he can find Monet or at least mess with him whilst he's jungling up here. X-Nova just hovering in the trees, trying to get some XP, get that level 6 on the creep wave pushing in, but it's giving the chance for Secret to really hit into this tier 1 tower top. Definitely a little bit of a stronger start across the board for Secret with the way the lanes have gone for all their 3 cores.
Yeah, it's looking good. Chrysalis did awesome bottom. He's got second highest net worth, 54 last hits. It's the advantage of being ranged, I guess. Stack stealing here from G2.iG. Or is it theirs? Yeah, it was actually a mix of both. 1 Clockwork, 1 Enchantress stacks.
Well,
so fine for Pingalier.
Yeah, I mean, both teams really can look to try and dive in around their level 6s on the offlaners, right? You know, JT, he's ready to charge him with Split. Top lane Boom's ready to go in with Doom. So So both tier 1's a bit of a scary place for each team right now if they show up on the defensive. Next Nova.
Ooh,
Is he through in time?
It's really hard. And then Crystal's like, I'll get that one, no problem.
I mean, but there's a lot of heroes here. Crystalis, he can't finish off the kill on X-Nova, and now he's in a whole lot of trouble himself. Nothing to say. Also coming in with a rotation. Does get knocked down to the low ground, but he's still gone. They'll get the kill. The rotation works out for G2.iG. And look to get back to taking the tower. Same time, though, Boom did find the Doom down onto Monet. So both teams, they make the play. They get the carries.
Yeah, they ping the ward exactly where it is. Monet's death a little bit more frustrating in some ways because he didn't even have a chance to get a kill. Not that Clink succeeded, but he was almost there. The pressure, I felt the pressure, it was good. They actually don't manage to get the tower though. Weaker physical damage output against the tower, but both teams kind of playing similar, like you pointed out, looking for that tower, or that carry to kill. Both successful enough. Field, of course, stayed way too long.
He did. He stuck around trying to hit the tower, and if anything, maybe also Boom could be in trouble. I mean, he tried to come back over to help out. I guess he's pretty speedy, and they don't have any further control, so he will be okay. But yeah, Theolocore just trying to get some unnecessary hits onto the tower there. It cost him his life.
Yeah, I get it. It's kind of frustrating when you get a successful kill and you want to take the tower, but he should be setting up for the next kill, not hitting the building as Bane, most likely. Okay.
We'll see around the mid.
Sitting around mid.
Puppey should be pretty dead with the control that they have between the kinetic field and a glimpse if necessary. There it is. Drags him back in. Puppey's gone. Xnova does have a static storm as well if they see a chance to go for more. And in the river, I mean, Corden stepped down, but that means it is in a perfect spot for nothing to say to just chain control him with the Rolling Thunder. I mean, Boom's walking in, but he's going to walk straight through the static storm. He's now going to get controlled as well by the kinetic field, as he will not find anything in return for the Team Secret losing their mid, losing Corden on the sniper there in a very awkward spot in the river.
Yeah, it's so hard to find the river against a Pangolier for that reason. His bounces are just going to be perfect, and they were playing down there. So Corden dies for his first time. He's going for a Treads Dragonlance build, pretty standard here. Not the XM build necessarily, but... Or does XM go Dragonlance and Nags? I can't remember, but I mean, I feel like both their cores are doing good. This game is even. If you take a look at the net worth, they're all just flat. So the game is fine. Dire supports are a little bit more farmed. Doom is a tiny bit more farmed than everyone else. But very even game. So execution is certainly what's going to matter as this continues.
Some big timings, I guess, being close upon by, JT's making good progress on his relic. The Radiant's got 2,700 gold on the offlane brute. We'll see what Boom goes for next. Yet to queue up what he wants to find. The supports, they've found the 6 on Theolocore. Puppey still got a bit of ways to go on that, just level 4 on the clock. Top lane, they're looking towards Boom, but they won't commit for him. JT holding back on the split, as the Boom's just a bit too tough of a target for the two of them to take out right now. Smoke's going to come in for the Secret. I do have the Fiend's grip. We'll see if Theolocore can set anything up around the mid, around this top jungle, or maybe at least look to try and get a D-ward down if he feels they've got some vision around. Looks like ideally it's trying to find something with the setup to allow Boom to walk in and drop down a Doom.
Picks up the haste rune and his diffusal blade, so Pango's very ready to do a lot of damage.
Theolocore. He's going to be a lot of trouble. He walks into the smoke that catches him by surprise. They'll turn with a brain sap. I mean, maybe, okay, they're actually scared themselves. Theolocore's actually able to walk away because of the fact that it was getting too close to tier 1 of Secret, and maybe G2.iG felt that there was going to be more backup coming in. Meanwhile, over in the mid, Puppey getting dove by nothing to say with this diffusal blade.
All right, spread the pressure out. Not bad. Kind of just poking and prodding and looking for the safe kill. They don't want to overfeed, lose their Pangolier when they're the tiniest bit ahead. Taking the tier 1, it gets defended though. It's so hard to push into a sniper at this phase of the game. Like one shrapnel just kind of clears the whole creep wave unless you have a creep ready to go. Boboka's creep was not there at the time, so no forcing to be done, unfortunately. Or you need like Luna to show up with her high physical damage, but she's got better stuff to do. She's got to collect these items.
That's what Secret's next move is going to be. And they did try and go for something with their ults. Maybe once they have the 6 on Puppey, they'll look to go again. He's back to the mid, picking up that XP. And the creep wave's coming in. I'm just trying to hold this area safe so, yeah, Crystallis can get the space to get that Maelstrom out. It's just 100 gold away. Monet, X-Nova, and Baboka in the neighborhood, though.
He'll, of course, sitting to break smokes at least, which is going to put them in a good position if he can. Checking for Rune. Ooh, yeah, it's not worth dying for that one. As soon as he saw 2, that was over. Well read, in the right place at the right time. But it doesn't work.
Okay, Rune's super nice for nothing to say. Once again, this mid area around the river, not a good place for Secret to be right now. Got to be careful of this Pangolier. Very, very strong. See Boom. Next time pickup was indeed the Blink Dagger, so much easier for him to follow up and get that Doom drop down onto some of these key targets, as you mentioned, like JT at the start of a fight.
If it's not him that goes first, then it's got to be, what, Bane setup or hookshot, I guess. And so far, it seems very clear that Secret is fine just farming. I think they just feel confident because they've got 2 hard carries, basically. Not that Sniper's always in this mold, but this game it makes sense to do it. Unlike we saw earlier with the mid Sniper against the Slardar, that's scary because Slardar's just going to blink on you, and pretty much at all phases of the game he's going to out DPS. You just can't win that trade. Maybe kill on Baboka.
Baboka, he commits for the tower. He gets the job done, but indeed he will pay for it. Same time, though, a bit of a distraction maybe because G2.iG, they're looking for a bigger kill, and they might just find it. They get Crystallis. They walk in with the smoke. It gets dispelled. They drop down the detection. They'll kill off the Clinks. See if they can get anything more. Theolic will go for the TP out. He's away just in time. But it definitely felt like Baboka just went all in on the mid there to try and just create a bit of focus away from the fact that the rest of the team, they're looking to hunt down Crystallis.
Yeah, I think this is fine. Give them a nice little tower advantage. It's going to be harder for the Secret heroes to respond to farming heroes mid or to get kills or ganks on the map. So all good for them. They finished the Radiance on the Brewmaster as well, so JT's farm is going to accelerate here.
Oh, they're going to try and tackle Boom. They've got the Static Storm, the Kinetic Field, and also the Split. They'll bring him back into the Static Storm for that extra bit of damage. They have the stun. Do they have enough to quite finish him? He's trying to run, but they've got him. Boom will fall. Crystallis turns up, but he's immediately going to get thrown up into the air. Secret, they're bringing in Theolic as well. They should be able to have a chance of punishing JT here. They've caught him with the Nightmare. They have a Fiend's Grip if it's necessary. They'll catch him in the cogs. Baboka's going to turn up. JT trying to run, but the hook shot's in. JT will fall. Nothing to say. Rolling Thunder comes in, but the grip's ready for him. Immediately puts a stop there by Monet with that Lucent Beam. Nothing to say, getting the angle, but has to keep his distance from Crystallis and Corden. As Corden, he's able to just snipe him down with the right clicks. Double kill for Corden. Let's see if they can push him for more. They've got the shrapnel. Crystallis himself, they're very low. So they won't be able to enter back into Monet and Baboka. Yeah, they were tempted. But a good fight and a great turn up there from Corden, getting some big cleanups. Double kill for him. One of them being that one of taking out Nothing to Say's Pango.
Yeah, and in that fight we saw another reason they picked Clinks, which was the Death Pact against the Enchantress is so good. Because Enchantress doesn't get more than one creep, so if she tries to rotate in to take towers early, Crystallis can just instantly eat the creep while invis and stay invis. And he just gets HP and damage and gold and everything. It's just a really easy way to shut down that super high armor, tanky creep. So in that fight, he just gets to do tons and tons of damage. Great Doom.
There's any way they can save him? No, absolutely not when he gets hit like that. Hook shot and an assassinate coming in from a distance. Corden getting these last hits on them. This is just a lot of money being fueled into the Sniper. Secret are going to be very happy with this. Tier 1 tower taken down in the mid as well.
Yep, and there's all that damage on the towers that we were expecting here. Little Royal Jelly clarity back to jungle for him. And once he finishes the Gleipnir, a little bit easier for him to secure kills on these supports when he so wishes. Boom getting ran down though.
It's kind of hard for them to go on Boom. We saw before, sure they can get him if they drop like these kind of 2 ultimates, but it doesn't happen quickly. It takes a lot of time, and that sort of time will always give Secret the chance to turn up and fight back, as they've done a pretty good job of in those last few moments, just reacting to G2.iG.
Yeah, it's very important that they do that, because if they don't, then this whole we'll just be kind of passive and outfarm you thing, it's just not going to work, because they'll be too far behind in net worth, and it won't matter that they have 2 right clickers, ranged heroes. They're trying to collect their range tokens this game, They've got a lot coming for them. But they need their net worth to be comparable to Luna, so that they can keep some separation between them and Luna, and they can just plink her down, ideally. Force a good team fight. She is going to go for a butterfly pretty quick here at the 19-minute mark. She's going to start working towards it. Great game for it, since they do have so many right clickers. They do both have Maelstroms though, so they've kind of anticipated the evasion counter, at least the light one.
Secret. And Corner's moving down to the bottom lane because maybe Theolocore can get a setup for him. They've got eyes on JT, but JT's got backup. There's a strike thrown down onto Theolocore. Secret, they're going to bring more numbers in on this. The Fiend Script immediately going to get put to a stop, but JT's able to put the split and go straight over towards the Bane. Boom. He's also turned up. They've got the Static Storm in onto Corden. Monet's coming in with the Eclipse. He's in on top of the Sniper. He's going to be able to find it. Oh, wait, okay. Corden will die, but not before he's able to bring down Monet with him. Boom's going to get dropped down onto nothing to say, but he's already out with the Rolling Thunder. Gets a beautiful angle, and JT is just getting a big old cleanup. Triple kill for him. They end up getting the team wipe.
It's a hard fight for Doom there. He is coming from the side, and he felt like, okay, this is going to be worth it, but Bane kind of dies as the sacrificial lamb there, beginning the fight. He gets ran down and blown up, and unfortunately for Doom, he got thunderstruck, I think, by the Disruptor as he was running, and so he didn't get to blink jump Doom a guy that he wanted to. Eventually Doom's the Pango who's already rolling, but the impact there is too little too late. That needed to hit on somebody else before they used their spells. Luna kind of died as she deserved, and that was all they got. So 5 heroes dead there. Misexecuted team fight, so big advantage for G2.iG, who's currently hitting creeps in the time period that Secret's now getting back on the map.
A massive fight. And a fight that could have maybe even gotten even better. I think Monet sort of pulled back from getting that last hit onto Corden, which did sort of allow Corden to live long enough to bring down Monet with him. The overall, G2.iG will be happy with, very, very happy with the outcome of that. The items from Secret will now be finished. At least progress has been made from Chrysalis of things. He's got that full Gleipnir. We see again just such a brilliant cleanup and frustrations here for Secret. That was a rough team fight to take.
Did you see Puppy's item?
Yeah, I was just about to ask you about that. Do you like this one? We sort of see, on these clockworks, some sort of greedy item rushes this time. This time, yeah, the Orchid Rush.
Yeah, I mean, it looks good. The Clockwork Orchid here, great against the Brewmaster, good against the supports as well. If he hook shots into Disruptor, you can Orchid him, stops the Glimpse coming out for the first couple seconds. Disruptor does have a Force Staff already to protect himself, but still, yeah, I think the Orchid is really solid this game. It's now forcing Brewmaster to build a Manta, which is great if that's your 5-position hero that's setting that up for you, Can use it very effectively against Pango as well. They are hunting, though. Puppy is going to spot him.
He's ready to go. In with the hook shot. Silence and the pushback onto nothing to say. They have the Nightmare as well into the Doom. And there's the Fiend Script. Everything being thrown out onto nothing to say. He is incredibly dead. Monet's in with the Eclipse. Boom. He tries to TP out, but he's dead. The BKB didn't last long enough. They're able to put an end to his escape. And Secret, I mean, they end up losing 2 heroes for that effort. They had to use a lot of ultimates as well just to get nothing to say. Quite an expensive move from them there that gets punished.
I'm a little surprised he didn't type 3 ults lol in all chat. The pub classic when you commit that hard on one hero, but
yeah, they really wanted him.
I mean, they were so deep that when you're going that deep for a kill, you have to pick that guy off and get out immediately. So I didn't really like the Nightmare that they used on Pango. That kind of bought him a fraction of a second because he was Orchided, I believe. I think they did the Nightmare to like ensure that they could catch up and get on top of him.
Get the Doom in.
Yeah, there was like a slight worry that after the Cog pushback that he'd run into the north or something, so maybe the Nightmare was needed, but ultimately they just killed him a little bit slow, not necessarily because of missed execution, and G2.iG gets responses, another gold advantage, and now they're going to set up for Roche.
Should be easy, Roshan. Secret not in a position to head over anytime soon. They're just going to split up the map, try and get the way towards their next items to the BKBs. The both Crystallis and Corden have got queued up next on Sniper and Clinks. 17-9. 5k lead, but G2.iG also having the Aegis in a really good position to push for more, take some of these tier 2s away from Secret. It's Crystallis. Uh-oh. He's going to get caught by the glimpse. They use the fortification as well to make sure that JT's able to boost and travel over to the creep. Crystallis gets caught out, trying to push out that top wave.
Rough one. Yeah, I mean, if we look at the scoreboard really quick, they don't have that many kills on the Secret side, but their net worth is like relatively close. It's just very clear that they're spending a lot of effort on farming and hitting creeps. They're occasionally, they are going for some ganks though. It's not like they're doing nothing on the map. It's just a lot of force being applied towards them getting last hits. But it's going to come to a head soon because now G2.iG has the items that they want to make stuff happen. They've got BKB and Aegis on Luna. They've got Radiance and Manta Style and Brewmaster, so he can't really die anymore. No worries for him. And the supports, Disruptor's got levels, he's got a Force Staff, he's happy. Buoka's got some damage items and some HP. Like, they're super ready to death push. And the problem is that I don't know if Secret's timings are going to line up here. They're still kind of in farm mode, and the only BKB they have is on Doom. JK, they have one on Sniper. They have 2 BKBs. They maybe can't take a fight.
So if they go for it around the tier 2s, or if it's going to have to be somewhere else on the map, this top tower is definitely not looking like they're putting a defense together for it. So G2.iG, top tier 2. Going to swing over towards the mid. They get the glimpse back onto Boom. Teasing around with him right now.
I can't believe you lost a valid voice line right there. Truly a gamble, not press the BKB.
Puppey.
But it's not like there's an instant stun that's going to come other than like Tango rolls. So.
Puppey's going to try and go in on this. And he's gone. I mean, Boom will get the Doom drop down here onto nothing to say, but JT's coming in from the side. Christmas is just getting destroyed here by Monet. JT's able to run down Boom. Boom's going to try for the TP out, but the damage from JT's too much. He dies through the BKB. Is 3 dead. Corden, they're going to get him. The BKB comes through, and then they get the glimpse in. They bring him back. They get themselves a 4th kill here, G2.iG.
Well, they forced a fight. It just wasn't really a great one. I mean, Puppey got like a 3-man Cogs, but like they don't really have AoE spells, so Cogs combos are not really the best. Unfortunate for them. They just kind of got smashed. I didn't see who got doomed. It was probably Pango, based on him not having his roll on cooldown, so that's good. But they just didn't have enough oomph after that.
Yeah, we'll see it again here, as you say. I mean, Puppey was sort of in an awkward spot where he was sort of forced to go in because they had the vision on him. Like, they were going to go on him anyway with the Thunderstruck, the Glimpse. I guess sort of the place where it really went wrong for Secret was the fact that they just tried to do something with the fact that Puppey went in. The rest of them trying to take this fight, and I couldn't really have gone much worse. Losing hero after hero, core after core, despite these BKB usages, it just didn't change the tide of the fight.
Yeah, I mean, they had to commit the Clinks to secure the kill on the Pango. If they doom a guy and either Clinks or Sniper isn't hitting him, that guy's going to live most likely. So they committed those just to kill the Pango, and then Doom got killed by crits while he was BKB TPing out at the end. So just unfortunate circumstance for them. They needed BKB on Clinks probably for this to be viable, because right now he's sitting 5,000 gold behind where Luna is. 0-5.
Having a very slow game, yeah.
So like the obvious thing that I would say is, okay, you picked Clinks to counter the Enchantress rotations and to give you some tower pressure, which you kind of did. But I just feel like I keep seeing Clinkses. I just don't have enough damage, and they don't have a BKB. So I'm just not. I don't know if I'm a fan of the Gleipnir build. I'll say it again. Every pro buys it, so I'm probably wrong. But they want both disable, they want lockdown, so Burning Barrage does good, and they want farm potential. You know what it's time for? It's time for the Diffusal Clinks to come back. I'm the only person that buys it, I swear to God. All right, it's not good anymore because you don't get Burning Barrage built in. But once you get Burning Barrage, it's kind of cool.
Oh, look at this. No messing around by X-Nova. The other course walking up towards the Twin Gate. He just slams down the Static Storm on him.
Diffusal's not the build. It's popping up.
Puppy. Ooh, he's trying to step up to here, but again, they've got the high ground advantage. He's going to get glimpsed over into the Eclipse of Monet. And G2.iG, they know at this point with the lead they have, they're happy to drop these ults ready for the supports because they know with the items and the farm advantage at this stage, they can get kills, they can push for objectives, even if they don't have the ultimates available.
Yeah.
And a very comfortable spot here. 24-11, 13k lead, and just massive heroes. JT, he's ready to throw down some splits here with the Xtreme picked up to just get the push going.
Yeah, it just feels like they're picking apart their food a little bit. Like, wait till they're spread out, commit a little ultimate here, commit a little ultimate there. Gives them more and more gold advantage. Butterfly's now up for Luna, so killing him is going to be really, really hard for the Radiant squad.
It's getting rough. I mean, one more bad fight really for Secret, and we might be in a position where, you know, Chrysalis, he's going to fall behind Farmer, Baboka's Enchantress. That's, you know, not where you want to be as a Clinks. It's not going to feel very good. Secret, they're going to come out with the smoke. If this one goes rough, the game is going to fall into a pretty tough spot to try and rectify. They'll go for the pickup here, as they know that they've been seen. And with that, not really likely to get a surprise jump onto G2.iG. They're fully prepared for this.
Nicely done there by the Disruptor. That was X-Nova. Planting that one on top of the Amplify rune that they just couldn't help but grab. It wasn't worth it for Chrysalis to grab it, though, in some ways. I mean, maybe G2.iG knew that they were smoking, but it guaranteed proved that they were smoking, you know?
Yeah, it's kind of a rough call to make, whether you grab it or not, yeah. Because, as soon as you pick it up, you're not going to do anything with the smoke. Like, the smoke's wasted.
The smoke's done. Yeah. Guaranteed. If you just leave it there, though, and maybe you hit a support, maybe that's worth it. They do spot Sniper. They don't have... Yeah, they got to get Pango up here. Oh, he missed.
And there's the opening, but BKB's out. So Corden will live. They couldn't quite get him with the jump stun of the Rolling Thunder.
They just weren't going to get him, honestly. It was a good try. Even if they hit him with the first Rolling Thunder, he's going to be able to press BKB on the second one. So unless they did like Eclipse, Lucent Beam with that one stun duration, got him to like 20% HP, the kill was unlikely. But the pressure is still good. This is forcing Sniper back into his base. He's like forced to wait for a creep wave every 30 seconds. And in the meantime, Monet's just like knife carving through the butter that is the Radiant jungle side. They're going to take the Tormentor now. They just have really excellent map control. They've got to be happy with their game position.
I should want to settle back for Roshan. See how long the respawn is going to be on that one. It's going to be a relatively short one. Only 30 more seconds to go, and that will be there for G2.iG to likely take. Feels like Secret, they're definitely going to want to set up around here. I don't think they can sort of allow this Roshan to be taken.
I'm not sure if they can do anything about it, though. Brewmaster just pops Split to do, 600, 800 damage to a tier 3 tower, knowing that his game position is very safe. He's got Octarine, so it's going to come off relatively cooldown relatively soon, but they just feel so far ahead right now that they're comfortable burning their ultimates for marginal advantages.
Secret, they're trying to get in position. Maybe one for G2.iG pulling away from the pit and pushing forward, but G2.iG, they are definitely in the superior position with their setup. Very hard for Secret to sort of break into this. Let's see who gets the jump. Baboka standing on the high ground here, giving a lot of information. I mean, Boom's going to try with the War Cup. really going to happen? Secret getting sort of pushed back. It's just super hard for Secret to enter into this fight. And I mean, yeah, this is just, yeah, they're in that comfortable of a spot. They can not only hold this area, but also start to go for him. Secret really wanting to do something soon, but it's so hard. See what they can find. I mean, to start things off, Puppey, he's going to get caught first. Nothing to say. In with the Rolling Thunder. Puppey's gone. And with that, Secret, they've just got to run. Let their supports die. I mean, Puppey's going to buy back. They may just choose to try and put everything into this fight. They'll get the jump over towards X-Nova, but X-Nova's going to get the Static Storm down, the Assassinate, and Chrysalis will finish him off. Doom down onto Monet. He's going to get reflected back over to Boom. So Boom himself's also going to have to step out of the fight. Puppey's trying to stay in on top of Monet to finish off this Luna. Back in the middle of the fight, though, JT's in on top of Corden, but Boca's finishing him off with the impetuses. And Monet, he didn't die. Puppey wasn't able to finish off the job. X-Nova and Monet turn back over towards Puppey. It's going to be a die back on the clockwork. And JT, he's not done with the chase yet. Continues to stay in on top of Theo Lecor. Swashbuckle from Nothing to Say catches on to him. They're going to find the four of them. Sure, they'll lose Baboka, but it's absolutely, once again, a fight that G2.iG are going to be over the moon with. They can go back into the Roshan, get themselves the Aegis, and continue to look to step towards solidifying the victory here.
It's just way too hard for them to win a fight now on the Secret side. The tankiness, the run-at-you advantage that IG have from their cores is overwhelming. Great Linken's or Lotus Reflection from the Doom. I don't know if that was Enchantress or Pango that casted it, but that's a great way to limit the damage that comes out of Doom. Because like Doom's ulti damage it's significant. It's pure damage, and at level 3 it does 70 damage per second for 16. But it also is like you get hit with the Infernal Blade immediately after the Doom. So if you Dooms himself and now he can't cast Infernal Blade, just Scorched Earth alone is truly just not going to be enough damage impact. So the Lotus really does a lot to solve that over what a Linken's could do, if you anticipate when it's about to come out of this. So great fight there for G2.iG. Their net worth advantage is massive at this point, and they continue to layer Aegis on top of that to just make the fights even more unstoppable.
And very close to having even more push potential on JT's. Very close to having the goal for the AC. It's insane amount of siege potential. They're very close to just being sort of able to A-click down a lane. You see Boom. And he's going to have to BKB TP here. Cannot risk dancing around with Monet next to him. Monet incredibly stacked, nearly 25k net worth. Both him and JT just having an incredible game in regards to their farm. And they're up to the high ground.
KDA is so good. 10, 1, and 11 from our Brewmaster. It was one of the later picks in the game, and he really played his role correctly. They are peeping the Luna a little bit. They've got Silvreds on snipers, so they can limit some of his damage output here.
Look at the connection onto Baboka, but he's easily able to break out of it. Get back, heal up. G2.iG, they'll definitely be ready to just sort of charge into the base, and here it is, JT. Up in the split. The Thunderstrike onto Corden. They're just going to focus up the barracks, completely clean up the set, and the Corden nearly dying here to the drag back of G2.iG, JT getting that control onto him. And they can just move over to the mid-step. Tier 3 tower, it's gone. The barracks exposed. They're going to get the drag back onto Christmas. He's got a BKB and try and keep his distance. They get the hook shot in over towards Monet, but the BKB's popped. Boom tries to jump in to find a Doom target. He has to settle for dropping it onto Baboka. But Monet's just cleaning up the rest of Secret's team. It's an ultra kill for Monet. It is absolutely game over. I mean, it definitely felt like it was 10, 15 minutes ago, this one. G2.iG, fantastic game from them here.
But in a pro game, we're going to be sitting there like, man, why didn't this sniper go Ags instead of Maelstrom? And, that we can't have that happen here. He's queuing up the treads, the Wraith, and the Orb of Venom. The Orb of Venom is not standard. I'll let you.
Oh, that's true. The Orb of Venom is absolutely not standard. Yeah, you're correct with that. To the point where I'll be surprised if he gets that. I mean, sure, if Nothing's saying wants to get like Orb of Venom and get Orb of Corrosion so he can kind of gank a bit and slow and bash people, but I don't know if he'll settle on that as a good investment because it's quite expensive.
I think all-inning on the Orb of Corrosion is almost certainly a mistake, I think, because again, they're already slowed when you Chronosphere them. They're already slowed when you Time Walk them, and if they get away from you, you can always catch up with Time Walk. So like slows and bash type things on Faceless Void are just not.
He's changing it. He's list. Oh no, he's not. He's added it again. He removed it, and then he added back.
He's I mean, he's queuing up a Blood Grenade and Orb of Venoms. This guy is
he
like,
wants
I want
to
kill
slow
supports. He might just max Time Dilation, genuinely.
I mean,
and use this to gank side lanes. It's a real possibility.
I think you kind of have to.
Need.
Yeah.
You need to impact, and that's what my friend does typically when he does do Void Core. Is you need to impact with your skills. When you're not playing a hard carry, it's not about aiming for the late game. You're like, okay, I want to impact now, and this is one way to do it. And there are good targets for it, so it's a possibility. But he might just like. There's a lot of different ways to do this, and there's going to be a lot of arguments about what's the best way to do it when you have a Weaver carry as well. But I don't fault them for switching it up, considering the draft circumstance they got put in.
Yeah. As you said, it's all about getting that chance to get the Weaver into the draft so you can have that good matchup against Medusa. So we'll see if that sort of the strengths of Monet on the Weaver are going to outdo maybe some of the lackings that a Faceless Void mid has.
It appears that he's just going to max Time Walk, and he's going to try to Time Walk the impet or the blast damage from Corden's Caudal is most likely what's going to happen. I don't know if he's going to have the cooldown to sustain as much as
want. Yeah, first 2 levels are going to be rough. It's way too long, the cooldown. Like, Corden will easily get damage in on him.
The upside, though, is he does 14 more damage than Keeper of the Light does. So outside of Illuminate blasting, denies are not hard for nothing to say here.
Well, how sort of the state of the lanes ended up on the side lanes? Is there any sort of really strong duos we've got starting off here?
Yeah, Centaur plus Bat looks pretty good for kill potential. I don't really see them killing Weaver because Weaver is frankly just going to go invis and run away. They're just not going to be able to catch him. But killing Enchantress is certainly a possibility. But if Xnova, once he gets level 2 and he skills heal, which he now has, if he just pops heal when he gets gone on, he's probably going to be fine. So I don't necessarily expect to see any kills here. Maybe we'll see Batrider get ran down. On the other safe lane, we've got a Medusa plus Tree versus Dark Willow Doom. They could get a kill. I mean, it comes down to like how good do you bounce your snakes off the creep waves to get some really good damage in, but might be a low kill amount on the side lanes, honestly.
Well, I guess we'll sort of focus on the mid, see how this matchup goes in terms of farm. So far, I think Nothing to Say is doing pretty well here. I think if he can get through the first few levels, and once he has got for sure when he's got the 3rd point in Time Walk, then he should be very safe in this matchup. It's just the early levels where he's got to be careful.
I mean, even Time Dilation alone is not that bad to use on Caudal here. Because once he uses Chakra Magic and Illuminate, you're just lowering the reset of that. So you're just going to get way less farm. Maybe not way less farm, but less farm as the Caudal. But yeah, he's going to have to keep bringing himself tangos like this. This is going to be his suffering that he must endure. And sometimes it's just what you do. You're like, okay, my lane's not going to be good. I'm just going to buy 1 or 2 extra sets of tangos. In my laning stage, my net worth will be a little bit lower, and that's just how it works.
I've got to check, actually. I'm interested to see how many pro games Nothing to Say has on Faceless Void. Because it can't be a lot, right?
Yeah, it cannot be a lot.
Let's have a look. Faceless Void.
Did he ever play carry at some point? I feel like he probably did.
Oh, no, apparently we missed it because we weren't watching the games, but he played it yesterday.
Oh, okay. Really?
Yeah. He played it yesterday.
Really? Oh, shit.
It says a day ago. Oh, wait, maybe this is his pub games. Maybe he did it in a pub. Let me try and find out. It was in a pub. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. He's tried it 2 times in a pub. But wait, was he actually playing safe lane in that game? He wasn't. He was doing it mid. So he tried it mid in a pub yesterday. He went 1-4-7 and lost in 24 minutes.
What items did he pull?
He went Null Talisman, Wand, Treads Manta.
Okay. So it's like a low damage but high survivability build with some like Ember Spirit like build.
And but to be fair to him,
He did it 3 days beforehand, and he smashed the game. He went 11-3-20. So it's one of those things he tried in a pub. He had an amazing game with it. Then he tried it again. It did not work out again. And that's the only record we've had of him playing it in pubs in the last... the games before that was back in 2021. So in the last 3 years, he's tried it twice. It worked once, and it really didn't work the other time.
Okay. Well, look, I'm just glad for his sake that he's played it recently, because that means he's got a little bit of pub history. Look at this rotation coming in, by the way. If they just run directly at the car.
They want him dead. And look at the time dilation in. Eepies are going to be coming over. But Corden, I don't know if there's any saving him. I mean, nothing to say. He's actually going to die first. So Corden will get the first blood, despite the heavy effort there from G2.iG to kill him off in the mid lane. So Corden, he's not going to be too sad about that at all.
The bright side is that Coddle did die, but it's better for the supports than the other stuff. Who got the last hit? Xnova did.
I mean, Secret might get something else out of this. Trying to chase down Boboka, but nothing to say. He's back in play, and he's got the time dilation onto the two of them. I mean, he might die again, though. The blaster's hit, and he had to use the time walk aggressively to get in on this. This is going to be a death back-to-back for him.
Oh, that's hard. He does hit level 5 at least before he goes down, but he doesn't have boots yet. Kind of understandable, because he's like, I just want to maximize what I've got right now. But does that sentry catch it? It does. The sentry that Corden just put down spots the observer ward as well. So he'll push this out and get a ton of experience.
Oh, no.
Oh! He didn't know Bobok was there. That's the worst feeling, I gotta say. Good deny by Xnova. Look, IG is recognizing the weird situation they're in, and they're like, look, we need a gank for this Faces Void, because if we do not, this game's going to be bad.
Yeah, it's going to be...
What an easy kill.
It's going to be tough. I mean, this Corden could start getting out of control pretty quickly, because he's going to get good timing on the Vessel, and there isn't any way that a mid-Void is going to be able to react and do anything about these sort of plays. Corden gets the kill onto Monet. This could get pretty crazy. I mean, G2.iG, they obviously went all in on getting this Weaver in, but Monet getting picked off like that, like, is it really worth it to sacrifice sort of the mid position and force something very awkward there with this mid Void to just get a hero that you feel is going to have a good time against the Medusa? Because so far, it's looking like the answer might be no.
Yeah, it's kind of spooky right now for sure. Especially for a hero like Coddle, who's like the tempo setter of the patch. It's not like you're just giving them some like free, hey, they're playing sniper mid this game and whatever, we'll solve it later. It's like, Coddle is going to be probably a monster. If Corden's familiar with this hero, the pressure on the side lanes, it's spilling out from Void having a bad game to like our side lanes are dying too.
Yep.
He does have level 3 time dilation though. Look at the slow on the Coddle here. The damage is a little underwhelming.
It is a lot. Yeah, the damage is like nothing.
So I think the way that it works is that if your Illuminate's on cooldown, it's technically on cooldown for yourself and your Spirit form.
Yeah, I think it's twice.
So it counts as 2 abilities.
It does.
That's why he was triggering for 4. So Void on paper, kind of good against Coddle.
On top lane, Monet dead again. The Chronosphere.
He's got him.
They've got the damage here with the team. And he still has to be careful. Nothing says he's ticking down pretty low to the Spirit Vessel. But yeah, they kill the call. Mission success there.
Look, I'm a big fan of weird stuff, so I'm rooting so hard for nothing to save this game.
Dude, I hope to see mid-Void work.
It's not likely gonna. There's no way this game is over, and you're like, man, that mid-Void is so good. But they might win with it. Okay, that's all I'm saying. I hope they do. Good little skirmish. I mean, they didn't lose out too much. Doom does not secure the kill on Batrider, unfortunately. But the fact that Nothing to Say got the kill on the Coddle is sitting good to me.
Yeah, he needed that.
And what he needs to do is pop out for these kills, be successful on them, and then he needs to go back to hitting lane creeps because he can't jungle fast. He hasn't skilled Time Lock yet. He's all about time dilating these heroes. And that's about it. And then he goes back to hitting lane creeps. He's a hero that needs items to farm jungle camps well, and usually you get those as a carry once you get Treads, Mask of Madness, or you get a Maelstrom. But he's not going to have those this game. He is queuing up his Manta, which frankly, is fine this game. It's going to increase his survivability. He can get out of the Spirit Vessel. He can get out of the Overgrowth.
Yeah, so looking at the game that he had, the pub game where he did really well, his build was Manta into Gleipnir, into BKB, into Skadi.
Sounds fine. Not very good damage-wise for a normal Faceless Void, but if he's not the carry, it just doesn't matter. He's playing utility to disrupt fights. Gleipnir is going to do better at that than a Maelstrom or a Mjolnir would. So yeah, he just wants to get tanky, be annoying. It is literally a Ember Spirit-like gameplay. That's what he's aiming for.
Mid lane. I think I can find Theo Lacour here, but not quite able to finish him. He's up to the high ground. Top lane, this tier 1 tower should go. Boom, Corden and Puppey, they've sort of been sat up here just pushing in and making sure that Monet can't turn up to the lane. And yeah, that'll allow them to take the tier 1.
Just got the amplified damager in.
Oh, here we go.
Time dilation is going to do 80% more. Watch out. Wayne is only 15.
No, I was going to say 80% on spells. So let's not make it that broke.
Yeah, imagine grabbing that in the Zeus
Like,
thing.
exactly, yeah. Maybe next patch.
Good.
Who knows? I mean, he's got the chrono. He could go straight for the chrono kill on Theo Lacour if he wants to, I feel. Just, I mean, I guess, yeah, if it was obviously with Corden's there at the start, he would literally, if he time walks in and chronos, he's just going to get destroyed by the damage of this Coatl.
And he might not even kill him because for all he knows, he's got blinding light.
Yeah.
He doesn't, but he could have it. Well, once again, G2.iG is going to collapse around mid looking for a little gank. They're kind of making the gank obvious, though, because they drew this catapult all the way through, which is currently scouting them, scouting the crap out of them. Although this did reveal that there was a ward there, because the catapult should have de-aggroed, so slightly helpful. Thank you, catapult, for your friend. Or for your help, friend. We'll see where this goes now. This catapult's on a dude.
I mean, they're going to try and make the gank top here with the smoke. Maybe with... I mean, with Baboka having the 6 as well, it's a lot of control. The chrono into the fear. But is it enough to kill Boom?
Courier. Oh, come on.
Yeah, I mean,
courier gank was the best thing that could go. Oh, all right. If they get this.
With Monet, I mean, it's not going to be clear if they get this, and indeed they don't. They don't have the damage for this one. Nothing to say he's kind of dying. He's got the time warp back up, but they try and go for it. But even with the 3 of them, it's just not. You're not going to kill a center in that situation.
Yeah, I mean, it was a good try. The downside is there was a creep wave. It basically nullifies the Bedlam damage. Faceless Void alone wasn't going to do almost anything. It's doing 94 right-click with the Power Treads. So, yeah, killing Boom. Not very viable. They also couldn't get Weaver in to, at least Sukuchi the creep wave to lower their HP. So, yeah, hard one there. Puppey does end up denying the mid tower. He's got 3 points leech seed, no living armor yet, so... Remains to be seen what they're aiming for with the tree, other than just having a strong laner to body for the Dusa is probably what they were aiming for.
I mean, Crystallis has been set up for a great time. Free farm right now on the Medusa. Very little attention has been brought by G2.iG down towards this bottom areas. All the space in the world for Crystallis. So maybe even a chance to get a kill going here as Puppey and Theo Lacour.
They scan the rotate.
Yeah, unlikely to be caught here. JT pulling the wave back under the tier 1. Continue to head up into the triangle, but there's quite a few G2.iG around. So not easy for Secret to get a kill. And down bottom, Monet. He's got eyes on Crystallis. Crystallis has to stone gaze and run. He starts to fall a bit low on the mana. Should give them the space to take this tier 1 tower here, G2.iG. So Secret are bringing some TPs over. Corden's here is ready to help out, so maybe Secret can find a fight out of this.
I mean, they're kind of disjointed a little bit. The Olacore is prepping for a rune.
So they can go for JT. The Bear's out onto the 2 of them. And get the combo onto JT. JT's able to get the Doom down onto Boom. JT trying to keep his distance from the Centaur. And, he's into the trees. He's got the stick charge and he's going to be fine. JT lives. Boom goes down, and Secret, they don't get anything out of that. They lose 2 heroes, and they're not able to find anyone in return.
Man, and Theolacor TP'd away from the Wisdom Rune that he was set up for before it came because he was like, well, I have to go. So now he loses both. He had used the end of the smoke to smoke all the way. He was standing on the Wisdom Rune, working on the Ancient stack a little. But that's unfortunate. I mean, they're even on net worth, so it's not the end of the world. But considering that they were ahead and should be ahead against a mid void, it's not exactly a great spot.
No, absolutely, yeah. The fact that it's even and you're in a game against a team with a mid void, yeah, that doesn't feel too great for Secret right now. The fact that G2.iG is kind of getting away with this draft. I mean, if Nothing to Say gets his items, you're going to eventually have this problem where you're playing up against two very stacked carries. The scaling potential of G2.iG's, I mean, before we saw that it was a mid void, it was already very apparent. Now that they ended with a mid void, if they get away with this, if they can keep this game going, they're going to all scale, and that's not going to be something that Secret's 5 heroes can keep up with. Chrono's dropped, they get the kill onto Corden. Definitely a few concerns starting to pop up here for Secret.
This is where the Void looks okay, like the max out time dilation. I wonder if he's going to get the talent for damage or pick up his first time lock point at 10. Could you check that pub data? Was he against a Caudle in the game that he played Faces Void?
Oh yeah, let me see. Yeah, that's a good idea what he picked it against. He did. Indeed, the game that he won, he did pick it up against a mid Caudle. And the game that he lost, he also picked it up against the mid. So definitely 100%, it's his sort of idea of what he wants to do against mid Caudle. He wants to try it against that.
Well, in that circumstance, it looked like it worked quite well because I mean it's a lot of slow. He hit him with like a 40% slow for 11 seconds, which is an insane duration for that level of slow. And Caudle's a really quick hero, so applying slow to this hero is a great way to catch her or to catch him, catch his old wrinkly butt.
Oh damn!
A Radiant Spring.
I'm checking the. I had to check the chat of the sort of the pub where Nothing to Say picks pick Void mid and he lost, just to see if there's any spicy all chat. And he did get called a budget Thompson at the end.
Was that the game he lost or won?
That was the game he lost. The game he won. Yeah, let's see if anyone gave him some praise in the game he won. Because the game he won, he went 11-3-20.
Okay.
And indeed, okay, the only thing that was chatted that game against him was WTF and AFK. So he impressed one of the players on the enemy team in that game.
I think that's what that means. Or it's more like they're frustrated, like how the hell did we lose to a mid Faces Void?
To a mid void, I think so. Which could be how Secret might end up feeling this game. I mean, it's slowing down, and I think that's only to benefit of G2.iG right now.
Yeah, I mean, it's looking all right. I think he's picking up this orb. He's just maxing out time lock here, which makes sense.
He might be dead here, though. Oh, good snake. I mean, if really that snake close. Wasn't there, he would have been able to time walk, so Chrysalis was able to secure the kill.
He was like 50 HP from living there, genuinely. Yeah. Really, really close. But yeah, the Orb of Venom, I think, makes sense in the it's not good with Chronosphere, obviously, but if he doesn't have Chronosphere, it's pretty solid time dilation. It's like a rundown Caudle type item. And it's not that expensive, it's 250 gold. It's just an easy thing to buy early to make himself useful in between Chronospheres.
So Secret, they want to go again around the mid. Couple of seconds until Void's back up. X-Nova, he's going to get gone upon first. I mean, they do have Chronosphere up. Nothing to say he's in. He's thinking about a Chrono. Well, they've lost a couple of them. Monet is able to clean up Corden. They'll kite out the Stone Gaze, and now Nothing to Say he's in. He gets the Chrono onto the two of them. Going to try and take out Theolacor, looking for those bashes. He's going to have the kill. Bat's gone. If he can get back in to help the rest of the team, because Chrysalis, he's doing quite a bit of a cleanup as he finishes JT. And forward here with a Who Stomp onto Nothing to Say. He has Time Walk at the ready. Monet sweeping back in onto the fight with the Shikuchi. And he's poking at Puppey, but the dust is available. He's got to be a bit careful because he's got no time lapse. Just have that Arcane Rune going, so Shikuchi's back up in time for him to get away.
That's nice. Perma Shikuchi, basically. Great fight for Team Secret there. Dive under the tower. G2.iG was not ready for that one. The Enchantress dies, basically doing nothing. Just one enchant, maybe one right click. And Void did his best. In fact, he did 1700 damage with 2 time dilations and some right clicks. Not too bad. That spell's underrated. Time dilation is definitely underrated. Like, Nothing to Say knows, okay? I'm not saying mid void is good. I'm just saying that spell is subtly strong at times.
It's true. And I'm saying Mid Void is good. I'm queuing up right after this game. Let's go.
That
Any
does sound like
excuse
your
to
thing.
take this mid, I'm ready to go. I'm ready to be the budget Thompson. On the bottom, they get the jump. The lasso, and they've got him. The chain combo's there. Not a chance for Money to get out of that one. And out of secret, they're going to see if they can turn it into anything more. Nothing to say. Oh, jump forward aggressively here. Put the impetus onto Boom. That's the overgrowth onto Nothing to Say. Is there any further stun? There isn't, so Nothing to Say is fine. Puppey, he's the one in trouble. They drop down the sentry. They're going to be able to kill off the tree and protect it. Jump forward for Nothing to Say. That was a bit of a greedy one. Jumps in, gets immediately comboed by Boom with the Who Stomp. But it is buying time for the rest of G2.iG to bring in JT as well, who finishes off Boom. He has got a Doom ready to drop down if he finds a target. X-Nova having to kite away right now as the Spirit Vessel brings him down low. Dialacor tries to enter in, but doesn't respect the fact that JT's got the Doom ready to drop onto him. Dialacor absolutely dead, as it's a double kill for JT. He's Curse Crown to hold back Crystalis, and they'll likely back off out of this one and not look for more. Happy with the 3 kills that they got, G2.iG.
Yeah, I mean, if they're going even, I'm happy with their lineup. Even like Nothing to Say dying there. There's the thought that it's like, oh, that's my mid hero. That's bad that he's dying, but I'm also like, he's playing a very greedy mid hero, and he got a kill before he died. So if he just goes even with the enemy cores, I'm not too upset. Caudle is kind of getting way ahead, and Dusa is super ahead, so it might become one of those like Pakaz type situations where the enemy carry is just way giga farmed and it doesn't matter. And Weaver also is not even remotely touching a diffusal blade. He finished Gleipnir, he's queuing up BKB items that he needs. No diffusal yet, but at level 15 he does get a 20 mana break.
Oh, Nothing to Say. This time he's out of it.
Close. Very important Manta there. Barely gets away from the hoof stomp in time. Definitely needs to stay alive here. Weaver split pushing the side lane with help from the Enchantress, which is great. These little skelly dudes, JK, the glyph one-shots it. But looks like they're thinking about grouping again. They've got Chronosphere ready to go. He is queuing up a Maelstrom on Nothing to Say, so he's ready to transition a bit. Which I think is fine in this case because he just simply cannot keep his net worth up without a farming item. It's just not possible.
Well, they've already looked for fights though. I mean, they've got the Chrono up. See if they can find a big target. Puppey at the moment on the front line's here for Secret. They want to try and get behind him and look for something bigger.
Puppey would be a good grab if they can get him. But it's so hard. They have Dust on the wrong heroes, though. Yeah, they thought he was to the north, he was to the south, so they lose it. But not the worst. I mean, they could go through the portal potentially and take Roche maybe, but I just don't know if they have the damage for it. That's all. I guess with Weaver they would. But they'll just hang out top for a little bit first before they commit to this side, this tactical move.
I mean, they know the Puppey's still around it. He tries to clear the wave with the Nature's Grasp. Puppey has the backup of Boom. Very hard for them to start a fight.
Nicely done. It's a really good shard game. Sproink or Bramble stuff is excellent. He's already got level 3 Curse Crown. Good skill building from Boboka here, in my opinion. Maxed out the Bramble, 3 Curse Crown at this point with Shard. Just excellent impact. No 10 talent, you don't need it.
Crystalis, as you say, top farm Disperser and going in for the Butterfly next. It's going to have very good item timings.
Yep, this is the good stuff. He's got 2 ways to remove time dilation. He can remove Bramble mazes from himself as well. He could Manta style run those into the Brambles. The Brambles are going to be a big pain, kind of, to deal with like the high speed between Disperser and the Stampede. But yeah, this build is just so good because by the time you get the Butterfly, you just have a huge amount of agility on Medusa, and your attack speed just jumps a gigantic amount. And Scotty's just a great survivability item, anti-healing, very good against Void, against the Enchantress as well. They are sitting around DOTA, so if a fight happens here, it's going to be execution on who wins. Puppey trying to break smokes as they set up for Roche, but he may be out of position unknowingly here.
So he gets the jump first. Puppey. You get the protection out onto him. At the same time, Xnova's getting gone upon by Boom. The knockback with the flame break, jump forward. Chrono's going to be put down, but not really a lot to be done with it. At least to give them the time to pick off the supports to the side as it holds Boom and Chrysalis in place. Now nothing to say, tries to jump forward. We'll get the time dilation onto Chrysalis. Chrysalis more than fine, though, between the Manta and Disperser capabilities. And they get the 2-for-1.
All right, not much.
Yeah. So that's all that's going to go down here for now. Roshan's going to shift himself up towards the top side of the map.
I mean, Puppey breaks his smoke basically, but without a Blink Dagger, he's kind of screwed. Not much he can do in that game circumstance. And he hasn't had that much time to hit creeps here. Between the DOTA, the Centaur, the Coddle, there's so much lane push here. So it's not like there's some lane that Puppey gets to just live in, except for right now. Going to go Lotus Orb, very needed against the time dilation issues and can reflect to Doom.
Secret really don't want to give this Aegis away to G2.iG. They're up to the top corner. Doom at the ready. Obviously the long cooldown being that Cronus, but not there for 80 seconds. Going to get the jumping onto Boom. They're going to drop the Doom down onto him. Boom caught by the Doom, and he is very, very dead.
Nice one. The counter to Doom is the Centaur, so you Doom the Centaur.
Yeah,
I think it stays like, I'm going to time dilate one of these guys.
Get the last one to Xnova. They'll kill him. I have set up there for Chrysalis to get the finishing touch on that.
I like the Coddle against the Enchantress. It's very proven how effective it is here. You like don't care about her ulti in the slightest because you're just nuking her. And the Vessel limits Nature's Attendance by so much. It looks good. And you're not really in danger that much because you're poking her from so far away with the hero. Corden definitely knows his Coddle mid, that's for sure.
Things have started to split away from the Roshan now again. He's giving time for nothing to say. Yeah, Maelstrom done. He's got the money ready for... Sorry, the cooldown ready for Chrono in 10 seconds.
I think one good thing going for G2.iG though is that their net worths have really caught up quite a lot. The Faceless Void is ahead of the Centaur, the enemy mid, and Weaver is approaching the rest of the pack. He's not really falling behind like he kind of was before. Yeah, Medusa is really farmed, and yeah, Medusa is going to be very difficult to kill, but they'll have a lot of farmed heroes that can potentially deal with her later. Just it won't be Doom, unfortunately, but at least Doom will be able to be strong against the rest of the squads.
And they're heading towards the Roshan, but they don't have nothing to say with them, so they're doing this without their mid void. Puppey with the Overgrowth is only going to catch onto Baboka, Stampede as well, but Puppey's gone. They've got the support for support trade. Doom dropped down onto Theolacore. Mono's able to push forward with the BKB, finish off the second support kill. The buyback comes out from Theolacore. So it's brought enough time as well on the side of G2.iG for nothing to say to head over and join the fight. Secret, they've got to be a bit careful. Chrysalis, of course, still feels pretty untouchable. They get the jump, and they get the lasso off onto Xnova. Fear's going to push the back jump forward. Nothing stays. Look for the Chrono opportunity. He's going to get it down onto two of them. It allows us to finish off Theolacore. Can they threaten Chrysalis? They can. Chrysalis is out of mana. He's gone. Double kill for JT. A disaster of a fight here for Secret. Can they Boom even find Baboka? He will, but at the cost of his own life as well. JT with the triple kill. And that kind of fight is the fight that hurts the most here for Secret. Losing the team fight, losing their Medusa, Chrysalis going down, and now losing the Roshan as well.
I mean, JT just had an incredible fight performance, and before that engagement, that was him dooming the Centaur. Then they get set up for Roche. Then he gets a great Shiva's Guard, caught on multiple people. He finds Puppey, forces Overgrowth. The second Overgrowth hits him, he dispels it with his Purge ability that he grabs. So just like basically giving them all the offense they want without being a vulnerability. He doesn't even have BKB. He knows they don't need it. Like what does he need a BKB for? The only thing it stops basically is like Centaur Hoof Stomp. That's it. Lasso would catch him. Overgrowth would catch him. Deuce ulti, he doesn't need it. He's literally this creep that he's grabbed, the Purge creep, the best creep, of course. He basically counters everything that the enemy does. And this gives him the ability to have this fast Shiva's Octarine core, and that allows him setup in these fights, which he's really accomplished in a big way.
The effort's there for Secret, just not enough. JT, an absolute beast in both of these games. And the fact that, yeah, with each and every lost team fight from Secret side of things, it's just allowing G2.iG to get away with this greedy lineup. Nothing to say, eventually will be that additional carry. I'm sure he's definitely going to be telling, he's getting ready to tell his teammates, look, I told you, mid-void, it's a thing. He's ready to make a statement for himself here.
If I could interview him, like my question is, did they know this when they picked Void, or was this like just something they had in their pocket? That's my question. Because obviously, I feel like it's got to be something like he was definitely pushing for it without a doubt. If he played it in pubs,
he was.
Thought of a Caudle solution, and Caudle is like one of the most picked mids right now. You know, fighting solution support are needed.
So they can kill him with the lasso and with the overgrowth, they'll definitely take him out there.
He almost needs the Lincolns, because that's like the same way he keeps dying is lasso into Hoof Stomp and Magic Burst.
Crystallis, gotta be careful, he's losing mana pretty quickly here. He'll get the Stone Gaze off. Crystallis could still be in trouble. Doom's gonna get dropped down, he's got a little bit of mana to play around with as he's on the escape, but JT's in with the jump, he's in on top of them. You'll get buffed up here by Corden. Corden able to also have some mana with the Chakra Magic. They lost the core. Boom, trying to look towards Chargers, but Xnova's jumping away. He'll turn with the slow, but the blast will get him. Bit of a route onto Monet, but no further stun as of yet. Shikuchi's back in a second. Boom tries to close the gap with the Blink Hoof Stomp, but won't manage to get immediately on top of the Weaver. So Monet should be able to continue his escape. A bit of a strike back there from Secret. They're able to get the advantage in the fight, and this time can keep Crystallis alive.
You know, and all from Faceless Void dying first. That's simple. Once he gets Scotty, you could look at it as another way to survive this combo, because he just needs to have a little bit too much HP for it to be fine. Survive, get Time Walk off, you've got a real fight going for you. But yeah, if he dies first like that, no Chrono, no Glyphir, no Manta, yeah, his impact is not going to be good. He did not go for the time dilation DPS per cooldown talent at 10. I'm a little surprised about that. Walk backtrack duration. Surely this is the game that you would get it. Obviously he got it like probably at level 16 or something, so maybe it didn't feel that worth it, but
I feel
it does
just because that number's so low. It's like it's just such a weak talent, I feel. Like that like +7 DPS. Like +7. That's sure multiple spells, but it becomes such a tiny number. Meanwhile, down bottom, Boom's gonna be dropped down onto Boom. Nothing stays in position, and yeah, Boom's out of it. He's gone. And they can look to maybe try and chase for more as the Chronosphere is there.
Yeah, I think you're right. The other issue is that by the time he finally gets it at like level 16, that's like prime BKB territory for Caudle.
Yeah.
And that's the one hero that'd be really good against because he's getting 4+ stacks of time dilation regularly. So with the BKB up, it's just not probably worth it. It's just better to have higher potential to survive, which is his goal. He is the Ember Spirit. He buys a gem, or Boboko buys him a gem, and he takes credit for it, of course. Good for Boboko, though. He'll get some nice gold from this.
Close game on the numbers, 20-22, but
yeah,
I really feel that's not a comfortable spot for Secret to be in. They, you know, if anything, I think they would have hoped to sort of dominate a bit harder when they have heroes like this Keeper of the Light in the mid. You know, to the end of the day, this is G2.iG getting away with this mid void. They're absolutely getting away with it.
And with the MKB on Weaver right now, he doesn't have to worry about the evasion that was the prior problem on Medusa. So he can definitely just put himself on top of Medusa and score kills there. if the opportunity presents itself. He's going to go Satanic afterwards to give him some longevity in these team fights and a Dispel against the Overgrowth. Another great thing for Monet here. But faces Void building the same things. Anything else new? JT's finishing a Refresher. That will be great. He's got BKB as well. He's very, very farmed too.
Boom. Look at the setup onto him into the lasso. JT's able to get the BKB off, but the Overgrowth there. They've got him. Nothing to say, jumps forward. Maybe see if he can make something out of this in turn. He'll get the Gaimin control onto Theo Lacour, but he's forced up to the high ground, and nothing to say, doesn't want to blindly chase that. So he'll retreat.
That's kind of Puppy winning that fight for them a little bit, because he got BKB off at like, what, 40% HP, but his Doom got reflected on from Centaur back onto himself. So when he got Overgrowth afterwards, he can't just Dispel it. So he was just stuck at that point. Great snipe here. That was JT's Refresher. 3 minutes cooldown for that now.
I'm always thinking about dropping a Chrono, but the Stone Gaze is already out from Chrysalis, so they'll have to wait that out at the least. Onto the side, they've killed off Baboka and X-Nova. The two supports of G2.iG get completely smashed there. Maybe even more, yeah, Monet and nothing to say. They've got to be careful to get back from this one. Boom. Not able to get in on top of Monet, so the retreat will occur here for the two of them, with the tier 2 tower in trouble. Secret pushing on, and they can also look to push for the Tormentor.
Yeah, this is a decent halfway point to go while they wait for the Glyph to come back. But Caudle will heal that up easily. Tier 2 is dead. I guess they'll probably be back from this. Roche may respawn 125 from now, so they've got some time. Nice little advantage. Keep an eye on that Glyph timer. Maybe they can pressure out mid tower as well. But Void is still burstable. He hasn't been able to work towards his Scotty just yet. They're going to mass TP mid though. Nothing to say knows that if he shows here, there's a good chance they go on him. So they're trying to be set up in case they do. Sentries down to help spot enemy heroes.
Back in action here. Not able to find the fight. Secret able to split back up. Just continue to keep Chrysalis in this very, very solid partner spot. But now with the full Ags. And 28k net worth. Chrysalis very, very farmed. We'll jump out, but boom!
No.
Great who stomp here onto the two of them. That's going to be nothing to say. And Baboka gone. Not quite sure what the plan was from the two of them there, but boom, put a shot down to whatever it was.
Again, those are pretty crucial deaths from nothing to say there. He thinks he's pretty survivable, but Secret happens to have all the heroes in place repeatedly here. So they're getting these kills. I don't even know how they got that one without Lasso. It must have been Mystic Snake or something? I'm not quite sure. Because something got him the second time after the Manta.
Yeah, I think you're right. It was the snake connection that gave that extra second or so.
And if so, that's huge. Because he keeps thinking, like, it's all right. For them to kill me, they need Centaur and Batrider and Caudle, basically. At least. That's 3 heroes. That's normally very difficult to do. But when they find him, they keep having these 3 heroes and they keep killing him. So very punishing deaths. If they don't kill him, obviously the game's great. But because they did, it just gives them this compounding net worth advantage. And now they, once again, have their Dusa way on top. They still haven't really addressed her that much in terms of items, other than the MKB. No Diffusal Blade. It's probably too late to build it at this point. So Dusa is just going to be the monster.
Look at the Ags on Sensor picked up now.
Okay, I like that. Workhorse. Grab the Medusa and drag her through the fight.
I think so, yeah, just sort of give her that mobility.
If she's dying.
Smoke play coming in.
Lasso somebody, Workhorse the Batrider, run them away.
I mean, that's very true, yeah. You can get them just miles away from the fight, yeah. They want to try and get this Chrono opportunity. I mean, G2.iG. Boom's going to go for the jump first. But he's in with the jump.
Oh, the reflect.
The Chrono onto Chrysalis, but the Stone Gaze was already out. I mean, he goes straight over to the back of the fight trying to find Corden. Not really able to do a huge amount with that. The Doom gets dropped down onto Boom. He's still able to find the Stampede. Doesn't finish off Xnova though. That is Boom gone first. Monet makes his way over towards Corden. Trying to stay in on top of the keep of the light. They turn for the silence on the Monet, but he's still able to get the time lapse off in time. The overgrowth's there though. Monet, he's locked down, caught out. They've killed off the Weaver. And Corden, he survives. The final few impetuses though, they'll seal the deal here as Xnova's able to find the kill on Corden. It's 2 for 2. Xnova still watching from the side. I'm seeing if he can go back in for more, but it's hard, especially with Crystallis. Full HP, full mana. Can't really tackle this Medusa right now.
I'm surprised that went so good for G2.iG. I thought it was going to go kind of catastrophic with the Doom getting reflected, but they spread the fight out nicely. Centaur not being able to stun takes a lot of their needed disable out of the fight. And they kind of just picked off the heroes that they wanted to really focus on. Losing Weaver is a bummer, though. And them getting Aegis is also unfortunate. But they've just been amazing about reflecting Dooms. Every single fight, JT has been nailing himself, even with good initiations.
Now with the Aegis on Crystallis Secret, they can look to try and take this game to the next step. Try for some of these pushes. Nothing to say, it's been a long time that he's sort of been working on his next item. 4,000 gold or so towards the Skadi. Let's see if he does commit and spend up for that. He does, okay, he's getting the recipe out, so he's going to do his best job to get that item at least completed before the next fight occurs.
Yeah, he's missed out because he's been trying to save for buyback here, unfortunately. But he's going to get there eventually. It's just, we're not going to probably see him as like an ultra late hard carry because he's too off the tempo at this point. He needs like at least one more item right now to cascade into that. But I mean, look at Medusa. She's running out of slots. It's just a very different story here.
Yeah, Crystallis is
even the Weaver
huge.
Like she's got 50. Medusa has 50% more net worth than the next carry on the enemy team. It's tough. She's in buildings.
Let's see what they can do about this. Okay, Xnova just died.
God.
He was not ready for that one. We'll see the Chronosphere coming on to the other core bat and Boom Centaur. But not really any way to get any damage in onto these two heroes on the back lines. Now with the stance and nothing to say, he's got to jump out. He'll be able to get out in time before the Overgrowth catches him. They'll put the Stampede in an effort to chase him. But another Time Walk in a second. But the Yule setup into the Stomp. It'll do it. Nothing to say's out.
He's been dying to so few disables, and this definitely doesn't happen in his pub games when he plays this. Just amazing play by Secret to secure those kills. And the mistake that Xnova made, I'm sure, was he didn't expect to get stunned by the snakes. He used the enchant. Well, that stuns him a second time.
Monet.
JT getting a solo kill on the back lane. Really nicely done. Trying so hard to carry his team here.
I mean, does this just sort of surprise you as well? I mean, Monet obviously goes for the Satanic, but isn't Satanic kind of a bad item against Medusa?
Against Medusa, yes. But he wants lifesteal against other heroes. There's a lot of damage flying around, and he needs another Dispel. If he gets Overgrowth, then he's already used BKB.
That's true.
He's screwed.
Yeah. If
he's Overgrowth in a casual manner and he doesn't want to use BKB, then Satanic is perfect. It's kind of necessary for him to have it.
Yeah, I guess it just sort of feels bad to have to buy it though, right? Because it just doesn't sort of advance your gameplay in terms of the matchup against the Medusa. But then again, you know, Monet, he's probably looking over towards his mid void and he's like, you know, what can I do? We got a mid void.
Yeah. Not my fault.
Yeah, not my fault.
Like, we picked mid void so we could kill Coddle twice in the mid game. Like, could have been any other hero. That's probably what he's thinking. But if Nothing to Say just died, like, I'll say 3 less times to these, like, strong magic combos, I think the pick would have looked okay. But because he was dying to them, and I think it just looks underwhelming without a doubt. Oh, trying to go mid. We snaked himself.
Just still trying to get out of it. He's falling pretty low. He's having to put the BKB. With the fear to push back the two of them. Money's going to put the BKB. He's ready to try and get in on this. They're looking for Puppy. That will get him, but it's going to cost potentially JT's life. JT's out. Immediate buybacks coming out for the two of them. Nothing to say. It's a 3-man chrono. Pretty solid one. Let's take out Thelicon. The damage is coming in from Xtreme. They killed off the two of them. Nothing to say, jumps out again with the Time Warp, but the Overgrowth catches him. They have enough damage coming in from Corden. It's not going to be enough. Nothing to say he's able to live. No, Boom's ready and waiting on the high ground with the Who Stomp. Another Time Walk available in a second. They're going to try for the chase hit. See if they can finish him off. Time Walk up in 1 second for nothing to say. But he's got to be careful. Oh, he's not able to get it off. Boom gets him.
He was doing the right thing. He needed to time dilate Centaur, because if he doesn't, Centaur's just going to blink after he time walks that time, because his blink was coming off cooldown. So he did need to wait to cast time dilate before he time walked, but it looked... Oh my god, Weaver just dies to the snakes.
I mean, Mone's trying to stand his ground with the Satanic, but it's just not doing anything, because you're only taking away the mana, you're not taking away the HP. So he has to buy back. And now... they might have a chance of getting Crystallis here on the second time. Now Manta's helped disperse as well. He's down to the low ground. JT trying to commit him with the BKB to stay on top of Puppey. Won't get it as Crystallis, he kills off Baboka. Triple kill for him. And moving over, Crystallis, he's ready to jump in aggressive onto the high ground. But is he? He's going to get caught by the Doom. Can they actually finish this Medusa off? I mean, Monet and Xtreme, they're so scared right now because of how low they themselves are. Nothing to say. Drawing their attention off the side, and Boom is chasing him down here with the cart. He's in on top of him. Who stomps there? The Hex and the Blast. Nothing to say. He's out. They don't have buybacks.
Oh, wait. Look at his items. Look at Void's items, dude. His recipe, his Scotty recipe has been there for like 20 minutes. Never got further than the recipe. 20 minutes it's been in there.
It's rough.
Oh my gosh.
It's rough. See,
all right, put it in the bin. It's over. Okay. It's not good. It's cool in theory. Time dilation, great against Coddle. The rest of it, not so good.
Secret, they're ready to finish this one off. They're in with the jump onto X-Nova. They get the Hex onto Monet. That's the time lapse and a BKB, but that's all said and done here. GG is called. Secret will take this game 2 and will draw this series to a game 3.
It's a good try.
It's a good try.
Some interesting theory.
Yes.
But it was too much of a detriment.
Secret can pull it out when G2.iG's got a pretty serious, well-rounded draft here in this game 3.
I could see it. I mean, they've got a CM versus a DK and a Rubik. With the carry gyro, I feel like they're going to have decent harassment there. Tons of mana pumping into Monet. They're going to have Empower on the gyro later. If Monet has a good game, he's going to be overwhelmingly doing damage. For sure. But the front line of G2.iG is also pretty solid. Nothing to say. Mid is going to have a double bracer, probably an Ags at a good timing. He managed to get the Bloodstone build too. Not bad. He does need a Blink Dagger to dive and hit backlines though, because the front line of Secret is pretty decent between the Lifestealer and the Dragon Knight. But I don't know. It's still going to come down to execution. Like, Secret could win, but for two equal teams, I think their drafts is just a lot harder to execute. And itemization is extremely key in games like this, where you have too many cores. Because there's always that balance of, like, should I get the items that make me better, or is it more important for me to have a Blink Dagger and to get something done, you know? A lot of times, that's one of the hardest decisions to make, or at least one of the most important.
I mean, one thing for sure about this top lane is that you've got to imagine this should be a lane where Monet is not able to farm easily at all, right? Between the damage reduction of Breathe Fire and Fade Bolt. You know, already on a gyro who's not got a lot to work with. This shouldn't be easy or fun for him at all.
Yeah, it's a really good point. It's going to kind of come down to harass, most likely. Because if you can flat cannon the damage out on these double heroes, then it can make a big impact. In fact, they do flak already. Yeah, you definitely read that correctly. Yeah, the minus damage from those two, it's going to be his flaks are doing 35 damage. Like, who cares?
Yeah, it's like they'll happily take that sort of bit of a tickle.
In some ways, way better than the Underlord, really, in what it accomplishes.
Yeah, I think so. I think so for sure. I think if Monet is somehow able to farm in this lane, then something's gone horribly wrong for Secret. Like these two heroes really should be able to stop a gyro from having an easy start to the game. Looking at the other lanes, I think on the other side of things, Crystallis he should have a pretty good time. I mean, he's got the IO, he's a life stealer, you know, one of the heroes, one of the carries right now that just feels super nice in lane. You have so much self-sustain. So I think we should see quite a big carry difference at the start.
It's kind of a funny lane, though, because neither IO nor Lifestealer needs mana for a very long time in this game. Like, it's like 2 heroes, same lane, mana just not needed. You won't see any mangoes here. It's kind of funny.
We'll see from this mid lane. I mean, how do you imagine this matchup's going to go down? Is it sort of the range edge that Corden has on the sniper play to his advantage, or do you feel nothing to say should still be able to get good connections with the Torrents and Tidebringers?
I think nothing to say is going to have to buy a little bit more regen, which is annoying, but I think once he hits 6, which will eventually happen assuming he doesn't get super behind, once he hits 6, it gets really scary for Corden, because then you rotate 2 heroes and he just dies guaranteed. Like, there's going to be no saving him. I mean, IO can pump some heals into him, I guess, but I just assume that the X-Boat combo is going to be too much for him to handle. So very, very important that he's careful in addressing this. Great deny so far from Sniper. He's up to 8. Doing a great job here. But nothing to say, he's got his bottle. He's grabbing his Wisdom Rune, or his Water Rune, so he's fine.
I should be able to keep the wave shoved out with the Tidebringer. And eventually at the point, we should see both of these mids be able to capitalize on a bit of farming from the jungle camps as well, and the Tidebringers and the Shrapnel on either side of them. Top lane. Now that Boom's got the level 3, 2 points of the Dragon Blood, very difficult for G2.iG to really go on the Dragon Knight at all. So Boom should be able to maintain pretty good control in this lane. I'd be a little surprised he hasn't got a few more denies in as of yet. We might start to see that ramp up. He does have solid damage advantage against Monet, especially when the Breathe Fire and the Fade Bolts are out.
Rocket Barrage is definitely very good, but yeah. He's missing some last hits hard. DK 21 and 3, Gyros had 14 and 2. So once again, Secret clearly drafting towards lanes. They learned the lesson from yesterday, which is like, hey, if we can't get out of the lanes good, we don't have a game to play. And they're really focusing on their lanes when they're picking their heroes. Maybe another reason they picked Sniper, it's like they just wanted to know that they picked Sniper blind. They didn't know what the enemy mid laner was going to be, and they kind of knew that no matter what happened, Sniper was going to do fine in the mid lane. Until he hits level 6, then it's scary. But at least before then, it's a little up in the air. Great deny by Corden again. Doing great.
Yeah, a very good showing. Yeah.
I was going to say Disruption, just not that good against this dual lane.
Yeah, can kind of just keep himself safe, use it defensively, but yeah, in terms of setting up anything on the offensive is hard. Unlikely to really be able to get the lane in a position either for JT to try for some sort of skewers under tower. They're playing it very safe here, Puppey and Chrysalis.
It's very hard for all the players involved to get kills here. But with this rotate from Boca, this could be the option if they go on Theolacor here.
We can finish him off. We get a couple of stacks of poison. He does turn up to try and help out, and the tether should... Theolacor should be fine. Only 2 stacks that Boca was able to find onto him. Not enough to threaten. I mean, Boom trying to step up quite aggressively on towards Monet. Puppey's got the tether back up though. Boom also perfectly fine. Just very difficult for G2.iG to find the damage early on to get any of these kills.
Just perfect rotation from Puppey at the best time. He read that one. Or reacted perfectly. Either way, pumping the heals into either of these guys just makes them difficult to kill because they're just not really there yet in terms of kill potential. This could be...
Oh, they might get X-Nova. Telekinesis back, and that'll do it. First blood finally on the board here for Secret. Theolacor to be the one to grab that. And come in the mid, though. There's the combo. 6 is hit. An immediate setup with the disruption. G2.iG able to bring down Corden.
Yeah, not much you can do to that one. That's funny. They're both trying to deny those range creeps, and they miscommunicated, and then they got neither of them. Anyways, oh, what a nice mid player. He just gave that support a regen rune. I mean, that's very valuable now that Boboka doesn't have to go back to base or buy clarity or whatever. Very, very valuable. But yeah, that's just the easy rotation. Like, they could just kind of do this every time against Sniper, and look what he's doing here. Helping to contest the Wisdom Rune.
Oh, he's going to die for this one, though, Boboka.
Nice. Very worthy TP, and he, you know, naturally instantly steals the Wisdom Rune. Could have let the Rubik get that one, but that's okay.
Yeah, but
This is,
the difference between the mids there. You know, one mid being like, oh, let me get the regen rune for you, sir, so you can take that. And the other one's like, Wisdom Rune, that's mine. You know,
Did you see they got both?
I'm definitely more of a Corden mid.
Crystallis walked all the way to the Dire side one, so they got both Wisdom Runes. Take a quick look at the levels here. Shadow Demon's level 3.5, Crystal Maiden 4.5. Rubik's 4.5, IO's almost 5, so a little level advantage. Not that level 6 is that impactful for the IO necessarily, but it's a little annoying for sure. I'm sure Boboka would like to have a closer level 6. Oh, is that a Cliffed hero down there that we're looking at with no TP?
That's unfortunate. I mean, there's nothing to be done about this. Oh, okay, there it is. Very nice. Infest to get out.
Okay, I was also busy doing trying to give him a salve or something, like maybe this will keep you warm.
Hey, top lane though, with sort of the stuff going on down bottom, Boom's left on his own. So G2.iG, they set up for the kill, and they'll also try and set up for a bit of a push maybe. What they can do against this tower. Fortifications up, but still quite a nice kill to find as Boom was looking to be pretty unkillable up there. They had to bring a lot in, the 4 of them, to take him out.
Yeah, nicely done. Magnus did have to RP, it looks like, to get Crystallis up there. But considering that they got the Boom kill out of it, a little tower pressure, and now he goes back to clear his stacks. I mean, he's got Treads, double Wraithband. He's top last hits right now and top net worth. So JT, he's having this is a great series for him. He has,
good all 3 games. Yeah, absolutely. Just his farm's been on point. He's been pretty much on the top every single time for his team.
He didn't advocate for playing mid Face of the Void, or offlane Face of the Void, rather. So he's good in my book.
Now, once he's got this blink, can really start making the moves. And as you say, with the progress he's having, he's going to have it so much quicker than his offlane counterpart on the other side. You know, Boom, he's only 500 gold or so in towards his blink. So G2.iG are going to be able to start to speed things up a bit sooner than Secret are at this pace.
The scouting kobold.
Top lane. Go for the combo set up onto the Boom. And between the boat and the cooldown, it's a lot of damage. But the Infest is in time. Crystallis comes in, gives him that burst of HP. Boom is going to live. Monet's the one to die there. Crystallis saving his teammates.
Man, that was so close. The Great Telekinesis really made a difference because they piled on top of Dragonite there. And it just layered too many stuns. And this is one of the downsides to Kunkka at this point, is that like his... Do they have him?
Oh, I don't know. Is that going to be enough? It's not going to be enough.
So the nice thing about Kunkka is that his catch is so amazing, but his damage at this level is just not that fantastic. He's got 400 from Ghost Ship. His Torrent does 80 damage. He's got like 1 Tidebringer. So he's not doing that much damage, but he does guarantee your team set up to get a kill. So the fact that they didn't have enough damage to kill him was just a bummer. Maybe if Rocket Barrage is level 4, or maybe if CM is level 6, they probably get that kill. So maybe the Wisdom Rune's impacting here. But JT's got his Blink. He's gonna...
Oh, he's ready to go.
He's fishing.
They've hit this with the scan. They know where Corden is. Instant setup and catch. Corden, not a chance for him.
He killed Puppy's ward.
Wait, where was the ward? Was it?
It was right next to where he was. I don't know if he misclicked it or what. But it said that he killed Puppy's ward. Right? I might be wrong. Oh, maybe it's the sentry. I don't know. Not important. They killed that sniper. He's real dead.
No, you're right. He killed his observer ward. And I don't. They didn't put a sentry. Oh, no, I guess he obviously. I don't know. Yeah. Anyway, it got killed by him. Nice tower's going down in the mid now. G2.iG, they can, as I say, with this good blink dagger timing on JT, really look to bring the action. Take some of these objectives and sort of bring the fight to Secret at a moment where they may not be quite ready for it, Secret.
JT's hunting.
Dire's bottom tower is under
It's an
attack.
angry elephant.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Look how Corden has to play. Like this has literally been snipers all day. They're just having a bad time. They have a good laning stage, but then they have a bad time for like the next 40 minutes.
Imagine what the stats are on Sniper this tournament, but it can't be that good. Unless we're just getting very unlucky and we're just seeing all the games where Sniper loses.
I could see that based on the fact that teams have just been kind of picking him confidently. I mean, the one against the puck earlier, that one is just like, okay, don't blame them at all for like trying that and losing. But we've seen like quite a few sniper games now where it just looked like an okay sniper game and it just didn't look that good. I think it's just like the generic, like they're picking it when they don't have last pick and they want to know that their lane isn't going to go terribly, which they haven't. But it's always after the laning stage part where Sniper is suffering, and they're going the same build. There it is again. Treads Dragonlance Maelstrom. Good luck, Corden. That's what I'm going to say.
Yeah, no, I brought it up as well. We're looking at the stats. So it's been played 6 times. Got 50% win rate.
I don't
right in the middle.
That's not what it feels like. We're seeing the losses, I think, is what's happening.
I think we are seeing all the losses, yeah, on our stream. Of course, talking about win rates as well, we did see it in the draft, but you know, Kunkka, he's been picked 4 times, yet to win a game. Hasn't managed to win a game here at PGL Wallachia. If nothing, they can break that.
It could just easily be that Kunkka is often like an early picked hero. His play style and his impact and his limits are very well understood right now. And BKB is kind of popular again, so Torrent Storm is not really like the godly spell that it was, you know, 3, 4, 5, 6 months ago, somewhere in there. So.
Oh, JT is quick to get in on that one. We'll still get the rage off. The X mark ready to drag him back in. He's got the armor toggle and he's got the infest into Corden. Crystalis gets away from the efforts here of G2.iG, and Bavoka, he's going to get left behind on this one. Secret, they'll kill the Shadow Demon. Keeping everyone alive. I mean, Boom's even seeing if he can turn it into more. He gets the jump in over towards Monet. But the relocate as well. They're going to see if they can get in on top of the gyrocopter. They certainly can. Crystalis is in, gets the kill. Body box as well from Puppy onto the descent of this end. Tries to TP out. They're able to put a stop to it. As Boom's back in, gets the stun, and that's going to be 3 kills for Secret. Double kill for Crystalis. That turned around very quickly.
This Lifestealer is just paying off so far. Like, I'm thinking about the Dragonite top lane that Crystalis jumps in and saves, and in this case, barely survives bottom by infesting into Corden the Sniper. Just really, really, really close. And if he doesn't have Armlet or a Bracer or finish his Magic Wand, if he just has a Magic Stick, I feel like he dies there. The Magic Burst is just not quite high enough for what they're trying to do here, and they've missed some crucial kills. Despite being on a great trajectory on IG, it's not the end of the world. They're still like even here. This is the jump so close to getting that kill. But Boboka overstayed a little bit certainly, but he was hoping to pop the poison as the armlet turned off. Yeah, just a little hopeful. Not sure if he had his TP there or not, but they're still even though, is the important part. Lifestealer is the most farmed hero in this game though. He opted for an armlet this game. Some players like going Radiance fast, but yeah, he's justified in this game. There's a lot of physical damage to deal with. There's a lot of gank pressure. They've got RP that can kill him through magic immunity, so he needed a survivability item now. And it's paying off big time. He's got 3 kills, no deaths.
G2.iG after that, they'll probably wait out until they have the next big item, maybe at least for nothing to say. Halfway on towards the Aghanims. Corden
should have his next item done ready for the next fight on Sniper. So if it's not the life stealer that Puppy's going for with the tether, if he tethers up with Corden, Corden's going to start doing a lot of damage. There's going to be a lot of eyes sort of on JT to get that jump successfully. And once he has the Ags, at least he'll have a further way to sort of reach in and catch some of these heroes.
At least Boboka's got Blink, so their ability to catch and start fights is going to be a lot better here.
Bottom.
That's funny. He Uno'd him. That was a reverse card, dude. It was a little slow by Boboka, though, well, to his detriment. He blinked in and he didn't disrupt him right away, so Boom was just like, okay.
Easy stun,
no
yeah.
worries here. Blink, stun, you die.
That was a bit of an awkward one there. I mean, they're ready to go for more. Boom and Theola Court. See if they can catch on this. Smoke dispels, X-Nova. See him and Boom. He's in with the stun. Nothing to say, nothing to be done here to save his teammate as X-Nova's out. Corden, he'll borrow the kill.
It's a Maelstrom. All right, Snapper's getting farmed. He's got more net worth than the Gyro does.
It seems like it's working out for Secret. You know, they're getting away with having these sort of two cores farming away. Both Corden and Crystallis in a very good spot. The Radiance timing is going to be solid on this Lifestealer.
And the other thing to point out is that they really are doing some Falcons level drafts, like tanky cores. Obviously, it's not Sniper, but...
Oh, look at this as well. They
go for more.
Continue to make these aggressive moves very nicely as they get in on top of nothing to say. Both combo does get dropped down onto Corden, but the sustain's there. They've even got the X mark over towards Boboka. JT and X-Nova are here ready to help out. So Secret, they won't try and push for more. I'll say that Boom might still go for a jump on this. He's certainly thinking about it. It'll get salved up a bit. Dragon form back in a few seconds as well. Around the mid, Theola Court's getting pretty deep. He's wrapping around. He's going to be able to make sure that Crystallis is able to get in on top of the two supports. Take out Boboka. Take out X-Nova. They've got the stun onto JT. JT, he's got nowhere to run. Secret making some fantastic moves here as they really start to just blow up the advantage.
Yeah, that was really sick by Theola Court. Wrapping around the side, getting the Fade Bolt onto and the Shockwave, stealing X. And then pulling back the JT on the Magnus, getting a third kill. Man, this game's changed in a big way. What I was saying before about the Falcons level strat is that they really love this like multiple tanky core thing, and then like us saving support. And it really has paid off this game. Despite them being a little behind, they just kept their heroes alive, and now they're just going. They finally hit their timing. They're getting their blink stuns in with the Dragonite, and it's all working. You know, I was being a hater. But they're winning right now. They
absolutely are, yeah. They're making it absolutely, which as well with the timings for G2.iG. I think I just expected a bit more for G2.iG when they got this really fast blink dagger on JT. They just weren't able to do that much with it. It just really hurt them, that play when they tried to go for Crystallis. They didn't quite kill him. He turns around, gets the kills. Yeah. Now that really sort of got the ball rolling for Crystallis. 6-0-2. G2.iG, they can't really afford to make any other sort of misplays. If they try and make a go and don't get the kill, it's going to hurt. This time, this is the Aghanims on both JT and on Nothing to Say. This has to work for them. If this doesn't work, they're going to be struggling big time against Secret.
Yeah, they're just lacking damage. In some ways, maybe Shadow Demon should have Disseminate over finishing Disruption maxing all the way, because it would amplify the damage you're doing by like 20%. I would like him to have at least 1 point in it, probably, when you have like a Kunkka. But they've got Torrent Storm now. Monet has his Ags finished. Their single target damage is a lot higher than it was a moment ago. It's definitely not over, and Magnus is the king of just getting pickoffs on the map, and they're definitely going to be able to do that against some of these heroes. Puppy is going to die. Never mind. He had a full Holy Locket. Interesting. Drum Holy Locket was his build here. And Puppy gets the shards, so some nice slow resistance and spell lifesteal for him and his allies. Yeah, they know the smoke is here, and they're just waiting. It's not worth running out.
Secret, they can just continue to sort of chill out themselves. Chrysalis and Corden continuing to farm up an absolute treat. And they know that the last 2 times that G2.iG has tried to make a play on them, they've had no struggle turning it around. So Secret very much happy to sit back and play reactive.
Yeah, with their tanky heroes and their IO, it's definitely worth it. Wait for the right opportunities, save whoever gets gone on if you can, and then when you feel like being aggressive, then relocate into those fights, which is something that kind of makes Sniper better, really, because he's just been playing with IO this whole time. Most of the snipers we've watched have spent tons of time in the mid lane or their own jungles, but with the IO here, he's actually got some protection, right? He can be relocated, just be saved. He's much better at fighting to the death because of this huge survivability that Puppey gives him with the IO overcharge. His damage through his attack speed is just much higher as well, so it's kind of a cool way to make Sniper just better, because he's too slow and he loses all the death trades against most other heroes. So this kind of keeps his farm level up. He's second to the top. I didn't think I was going to say it, but IO kind of makes the Sniper look good.
Oh, Dragon Tail off the mark, but may not matter. Maybe it does matter, yeah. But Boca's actually able to juke through the tree lines. He's going to survive that initial attempt. Diolacore has got a follow-up Stolen Disruption on towards him, but the blink's out in time, and he's got backup. Nothing to say here, as well as JT. JT not able to get the skewer. In fact, Boom's going to be the one that jumps JT. JT in caught by the Dragon Tail. Chrysalis is here as well. Boca's been found in the tree line. JT, he's going to go down as well. Double kill for Corden. It's getting pretty rough here for G2.iG. They just can't seem to get the plays together.
Yeah, this feels rough. They're going to pressure forward now. Are they going to steal their Tormentor too? That'd be pretty amazing.
Yeah, I think there's definitely going to be appealing.
They're going to have a Glyph. The Glyph gets popped, they probably move immediately over to Tormentor. I just don't know how they fight through the front line right now. Dragonite with his Mage Slayer and his Yasha and his Blink and the Lifestealer, they're just way too much HP to deal with here. Diolacore now gets his shard. There's another save going towards one of the Team Secret heroes. Diolacore has not died yet. 2-0 and 11. Playing fantastic here.
Yeah, he's having fun. Yeah.
It looks so much like IG was going to be able to take control of this game from the draft with the X combos, but they just failed to get kills in the mid game. They had damage issues.
Yeah. I mean, they came in with such a great performance in game 1 of this series, but it's kind of been downhill from there for them. And Secret, they've just been warming up each and every time, and now they're at this point where it's just looking really clean from Secret. You know, this game definitely the cleanest play that we've seen from them so far in their showings. If they can keep this up, you know, this is sort of the potential that this squad can offer. There's definitely hope for them.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, Secret's winning so much that all the cores ran out of the pit without taking Aegis because they're like, I don't need it. It's a good sign when like every single hero on your team is like, I don't need the Aegis. And Sniper's like, okay, I guess I'll take it. I like the BKB though on Sniper. This is the item he needs to protect himself against Magnus because he is one of the vulnerable heroes to getting skewered back. He needs to keep that finger on that button. Not that there's a lot of buttons to press on Sniper. Now he's got one important one. Don't get skewered back, don't get horn tossed. The game will be easier. Boom is doing his typical poke. This is totally fine to do unless oh my god, Diolacore saves his ass.
He's able to stop him, grabs him mid-skewer. So Boom, he's perfectly fine.
Amazing play by Diolacore. Because I was really down with what Boom is doing. He's messing with his opponents, getting him to poke a little bit. They forced TPs, but getting skewered back was going to be a problem. He would have died there for sure. So great save by Diolacore to allow his pressure to pay off perfectly. And in the meantime, Corden's still hitting towers and getting farm and compounding net worth advantages.
Yeah, they can't step anywhere close to this tier 2. Secret, they're able to get it. G2.iG really having to rethink about how they want to go about going for the next play. They've just not been able to make any sort of move against Secret for what feels like the last 10 minutes or so.
I mean, Lifestealer just killed a creep wave near where the tier 2 used to be. He's feeling so confident now. Even with the RP, like the RP's dangerous, but You know, his team needs to not fully show, and then it's fine for him to do these things. They don't completely know, is Rubik going to be there? Is the Dragonite going to be in the area? So that's why G2.iG has to do these kind of weird movements now. Firm control for Secret. Only a 6k gold advantage, though, which is not bad considering that G2.iG has 12 less kills. They are farming pretty efficiently, and Gyrocopter's net worth is still staying up there a decent amount, and he's got Empowered. So he's going to have an extra 40% damage than a normal Gyro. It's not the worst.
The question is if it's just going to be enough to cut through these tanky heroes. Might rely on JT sort of making some crazy sort of base skewer plays.
Yeah, that's definitely important. I mean, he's got lots of single target damage between Rocket Barrage and the right clicks. They are going to go for a smoke. CM's damage output, kind of mediocre. And kind of similar story for Shadow Demon in a lot of cases. So it is very much on Gyro. The fact that Secret managed to win the lanes, and they just have way more cores than their opponents, and that they're holding things together just makes the game seem one-sided. So this continues on this trajectory. Looks so good for Secret.
Yeah, I mean, JT shows himself there, trying to clear the wave, smoke dispels. Unlikely now that they get anything with this move, so it's just, at least on the plus side for them, it doesn't end up in any of G2.iG dying, but it's still just sort of time spent where they're not really doing anything to succeed at slowing down Secret's gameplay.
But at least they're not like so stupidly far ahead that it's game over. They definitely still have some tools, but like we said, the ultra late spooky with just Gyro. When Sniper's got more net worth than you and outranges you, that's where things get scary. Looking for anything kind of interesting here, talent or item-wise, but everything looks pretty standard. The Blink Manta style for Dragonite, he's going to go Ags next. Wanted to get Manta first, probably. The map.
Not a chance there for poor Odex Nova.
It's kind of surprising that it took this long for them to find a hero, so it's just G2.iG doing a good job eliminating those deaths. And when they show bottom like this, they're going to quickly invade in these parts of the map, get a little bit of farm, look for opportunities. They don't have a gem of their own yet, though. Oh,
Baboka, he just got a free gem. He's able to kill Puppy's Courier. That's a free gem for Baboka.
That feels great. Gems are a big deal in games like this, because if Secret just ensures that there's no vision for G2.iG, their game just gets so simple. But IG basically has to play safe way more often than normal, which means that they just get really far behind in terms of net worth. He's trying to spot, yeah, he does have a ward on the cliff, they've confirmed now. He needed that gem in his inventory when they invaded, when he walked in there the first time. If they had that, that's dewarded, they feel comfortable playing in this area. Now they just have to play scared, because they have very little vision. They just have one ward on the south side of the map. Okay, they're going to X-cheese it. That works. They just don't know where the enemy heroes are. There's like 4 different pockets of Secret hitting creeps at the moment. So this gem could be a big deal, but it's going to take a little time to deward. And until then, they need to play together. That way if a fight starts, they can cover each other.
Just staying safely around Monet, making sure that the farm can continue to roll in for the Gyro. As I believe that was, full Daedalus now, so Monet certainly getting the right click ready. Going to be packing quite the punch in the fight if they can set things up for him. He's going to rely on JT and Nothing to Say to get that opening with the RPs and the torrents. Secret just not given those opportunities for G2.iG to take. Boom. Very close to having his completed Aghanims. We saw, pick up from Chrysalis. He's got down the BKB on top of the S&Y Radiance. Outsiders for the right click of the Gyrocopter. Not really many ways that G2.iG can take this Lifestealer down in a team fight.
They just haven't even tried in a long time because it's just too hard.
Dire's top
Way,
tower
way too
is
hard.
under attack.
Now he jungles with his creep. On the ball lane.
Been nice and efficient running around, zooming around the map.
Zooming around Satyr Tormentor, infested with a Radiance. Just love a good neutral creep with a Radiance. Very farmed.
Yeah. Like, even if they catch and kill this Satyr, it doesn't matter. They can't take him out. Unless they kind of go for it with a 4-5 and then they get an RP, but even then, they got to hope that kind of the crits roll out from Monet, because without a good few crits, the damage is just not going to be done.
Yeah. I mean, he's really fast doing this. That's kind of the cool part about it. Just zooting around.
Catches the bottom lane, catches the mid lane. And he's going to find himself an amplified damage. Here, Crystallis ready for the next fight.
Grab it as a Satyr. Aww. I don't think you can grab it as a creep, right? So.
No, unfortunately not. It would be cool if you could. It would also be pretty terrible if you could, because you wouldn't want to get it on whilst you're in the Satyr. But get that that 15% damage on the Mind Blast or whatever it's called.
Yeah. Woo. That's like 135 damage instead of 120 or something. Magnus trying to play the top sides of the map here to get some farm. In the meantime, you just want to play the opposite side of the map from where Team Secret is. Help avoid dying there. And he gets a creep wave on the tier 1 tower, so probably will be a little bit of gold coming IG's way. In fact, they've been able to make up the gold difference a little bit here. They've been doing a good job here, catching up, but they're finally feeling forced to fight. There's the Roshan. They're going to be late, though.
Super easy one for Secret. Who they give it to? I mean, I don't think Crystallis needs it. Yeah, it looks like they're going to give it to Gordon. And the sniper.
Definitely the way to go. Maybe JT staying too long. Were they waiting for him? I'm not quite sure. He got the tier 1 tower killed, but yeah, a little bit of a bummer. He's pulling the collapse here, buying the Lincolns on Magnus so that he can stop the Rubik lift from catching him. But wisely, he also has BKB.
No, he's prepping for that high ground defense. It's definitely going to be... I mean... Wait, that doesn't work. Wait, you can steal free BKB, can't you?
But if you have Lincolns, it would block it.
Oh, true. Okay. They got no other spell to pop it.
But you could probably break Lincolns with Fade Bolt, even if you have BKB on, I'm guessing. Now that spells go through BKB, or at least part of them.
Wait, Pudge, you're confusing me. We're in 2024.
I'm just trying to talk it out with my co-caster, that's all.
He's testing me.
The Lincolns does protect him from ganks. You know, there's going to be some instant DK stuns and some instant Rubik lifts that he wouldn't be able to react to otherwise.
Yeah, for sure.
At least you'll have the time of Fade Bolt into Telekinesis, which is not much. JT continuing to play the top half of the map, or the left side of the map, that is. Pushing out that wave, getting this Ancient Camp. He's keeping his net worth pretty competitive. And there is a Tormentor over here if they want to take it. But man, Secret really wants to force a high ground here. Dragon Knight's going to go a long ways towards that, though. Just pushes out these lanes easily. And gets vision.
Yeah, I mean, you've got to imagine that Secret's kind of getting this feeling that, you know, that lead that they had, it is slipping a bit, because as you say, how well G2.iG are doing what they can, getting what they can from the map, despite Secret having this lead. We got the Tormentor. It's a good one here for Crystallis. I guess the thing is that the high ground push is scary. A pretty scary high ground push against this Magnus.
You know, he's actually quite strong in this Granite Golem because you can't skewer it, huh? You can RP it, but you can't skewer it back because you're a creep.
Oh?
You can kill it, but outside of Gyro, nobody can really kill it that easy. So he like protects himself just by being in a creep that close to the enemy base. Oh, they're going for this?
I mean, they want to get X-Nova.
Oh, okay, yeah. Just forgot what heroes are on which team. There hasn't been anything happening.
I was going to say, it's slowed down for the last 5 minutes. Not lots going on. Apart from X-Nova almost... Oh!
break it easy. Juke for
I mean, the
a simple
shard, it gave
13 seconds.
the
Just
crystal
13
clone
seconds,
helped
Owen.
a little bit. He's dead.
He knows where the vision is. All right, just a simple 14 kill deficit for 8k gold, which is not bad. And the team that's winning has Dragonite, so he will be chipping towers for close to free.
No, that's true. The illusions are going to slowly make some progress here for Secret, but I feel if this progress is too slow, Secret may sort of suffer sort of the consequences of G2.iG being able to kind of farm their way back into this game. It's definitely, you know, Secret, I don't think they can sit back too much.
I don't know. With 3 cores, they might be okay. Genuinely. I mean, Sniper's got this homie owner.
I mean,
he's about to get a Daedalus.
Sure, it's a lot of damage, but at the end of the day, though, there's a Gyrocopter on the other side, right? You've got the superior Rapier carrier on G2.iG. Mone's got it queued up.
Until all of your heroes on Secret have Rapiers themselves. Then it's different.
I mean, maybe. But I don't know. If Monet's able to farm this Satanic Rapier, and then, because at that point, just the high ground sieging for Secret, it's going to be that much harder for them if this Gyro has serious damage.
And the Skewer back is always going to be an X factor as well. That's the big one. If they can get them in base and pick them off like one at a time, then even killing one of those cores would drastically change things. But it's going to be hard. They've got an AC now in Lifestealer. If you have this many cores, AC is like the best item because you're giving attack speed and armor reduction to all of your allies. So that aspect is good. Dragonite can focus more on utility this game with his Octarine core. Doesn't have to worry too much about dealing damage. Little telescope there for Io. He's got a Vlad's as well. I mean, they got great auras on Team Secret. JT's hunting. Oh, it gets one.
He'll settle for it. He'll go straight for that one, get the catch onto Theo Lecourt. Boom. Get on in on this. Get the Dragon Tail onto Monet. I mean, Crystalis is trying to go for JT. He's going to just continue to run at them. Monet, he may be left behind on this one. Crystalis turns over towards him instead. They got the boat coming out. Monet, can he get away from this? He's up to the high ground. Monet, he's on the retreat. The Aviana Feather getting up to the high ground, but the Assassinate finishes him off there from Gordon. Another Assassinate ready to follow up now over towards X-Nova and Secret. They will manage to punish both of them. As G2.iG, they went super aggressively for that kill attempt, only onto a Rubik. And it leaves them pretty vulnerable. It ends up costing them not just X-Nova, but Monet as well. And now this pushing can come in from Secret. So I guess this was the plan from Secret. They're like, we'll just wait until G2.iG tries to come and kill us, do something crazy. And that's what happened.
I wish Monet didn't go. He gets X back. Keyword back. It's pretty good. Sending back again. They're taking a lot of damage though.
Oh no. I mean, they're just both dead. They've just got to stop making plays, G2.iG, it seems, because every time they do, it ends up disastrously.
Yeah. That was a rough one. Gyro basically tried to defend his support, and as a result, he got slowed by Sniper. He popped his Satanic in that mid-fight, like way back in the mid lane. He popped Satanic to get away from the headshot slow. And then when the Lifestealer got on top of him, he just didn't have Satanic anymore. So he's like, oh shit, I gotta really run. Just took too much damage, got ran down, no buyback because he just bought Satanic, and now the cracks finally happened.
I mean, maybe
Kinda
even more.
anticlimactic, but
I mean, it really was. Yeah, Secret, all they had to do was just hit creeps and wait for G2.iG to make a mistake. And it happened perfectly to Secret's plan. They're 21-4 now, 22k up, 2 sets of barracks. They're in a beautiful position. Let's see if they can get more. Up to the tier 3, I think they're going to realize, you know, JT, he just does not have buyback on this Magnus. Yeah, this bottom rack going down. They get the stunning onto Monet. Lawrence will catch on to Crystalis. He's just going to try. He tries to stand his ground and finish with the racks. Won't be able to do so immediately. Corden puts the BKB. He's going to get taken out of the fight for now. Just down to the side here by Puppy. Keep his distance. Monet. I'm going to BKB. Jump forward from Boom. He's in with a Dragon Tail. Monet's dead. No buyback on him. The racks are taken out. I mean, they don't have money once again for 80 seconds. It's just the 4 of them up. Secret, they've got the mega creeps. They can look to push on towards the tier 4s. So G2.iG can get anything done here. They do have RPs, they have skewers, but what does it matter at this point? The tier 4s are falling. Now, Ancient exposed. I mean, they could just hit to look to end this one. Jump forward from Boom. They'll add some more kills to the scoreboard as they look towards Baboka. Nothing to say. He's getting gone on as well. Completely destroyed. GG is called. Secret will get this game 3. And with that, the series, it's theirs, Burge.
Wow. I mean, they fought very hard for this, without a doubt.